In the shadow of the night, Ankh on the creep, raising up the titans, watch the fallen gods weep. From Baltimore streets to the Florida shores, Jehovah, hold and feel the wrath as it roars. No more rules, it's time to break. Killer army rise and make no mistake. All gods must die, hear the echoes cry. From the heavens to the ground, see them fall and die. All gods must die, no more alibis. Odin, Buddha, Allah, they all say goodbye. Zeus, on the throne, but he's losing his life. He's ready for the fight. Open your best run, we here for debate. All the deities trembling, feeling the weight. Step aside, make way for the real. All gods must die. It's a done deal. It's a done deal. Hey. All gods must die. Hear the echoes cry. From the heavens to the ground, see him fall and die. All gods must die, no more out and die. All gods must die, no more out alive. They all say goodbye. All could have gone killer, now time to fly. The world's ours now, hear the last goodbye.
Black African power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's God killing the house. And I come to do what I got to do, and I got to do what I got to do. I'm standing tall. I'm standing strong. Hey, Bobby banging this bitch. It's a great conversation, man. Yeah. A lot of people run their mouth. So I feel like this. There's a lot of ignorance in this particular conversation. And pseudoscientific ideas do not help reduce or slow the ignorance. It actually heightens it, exacerbates it. Am I saying that word? Exacerbate? Did I say that right? Make it more, adds to the bull crap. What's another word? It pushes it to the forefront. All that. And then if you got a pseudomentary around it, we're in trouble. I remember them days when Malachi York, those Nuwapians, when they was in full effect. If you wasn't scientifically literate, you was in trouble. If you didn't have the tools to figure out the truths and falsehoods that were strangely mixed, you would have been in trouble. We're at that same place. Big up to all the people in the chat. Big up to all the haters. Big up to the people that's been following me a while. Yeah, exacerbate. Did I say that right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Big up to everybody, man. I like that. Big up to you. Big up to the people who won't never get it, and big up to the people that are fighting to get it. Big up to y'all, man. Man, we can't all get it. I don't think it's meant for everybody to get, because it's a long road, man, to get yourself from pseudoisms to just straight up understanding scientific literacy. But the wild part about it is those that are rewarded are those that will fight and understand scientific literacy. That's who get the reward. Yeah, you don't get rewarded if you're not literate and said scientific literacy. You're just not gonna you're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get no reward. You're gonna end up on the other side of it looking crazy. And it's important for us to really, it's just important, man. And if we don't get it, you're not going to get what you want to get. You want to get a sound understanding of your history, right? That's what most people want to do. You got a whole lot of charlatans in the way. You got a whole lot of people who are self-proclaimed scholars, self-proclaim this and self-proclaim that, man. And that's wild, man. I mean, you know, so since they want to keep calling me a Pan-African, I'm gonna keep calling them African Americans, right? Because they get totally upset when you call them an African American. So since they want to play, right, and keep making me a Pan-African, I don't know what the hell they talking about. What I do is I have a great understanding of Pan-Africanism just based off of being around some Pan-Africans. And I recognize that there's a pseudo Pan-African, and then there's a well-educated Pan-African. Big up to the people in the chat, man. I see you, Cedric, Pseudo Killer Official, man. What's up, Gary? Pseudo Killer Army, man. What it do? All right. Rastafarian, what's up? I see you, Babylon Done. FBA Convo, I see you. Venice, I see you, man. So we just need to really, you know, get this thing squared away. We're gonna get it squared away, man. We want to get it seriously squared away. Let me get these links out, man, so we can hear. Hold on. Let me see what Babylon Dunn said. Babylon Dunn said exacerbate. Yeah, I used the word right. Let's look it up to make sure I use the word right. Let's see. Exacerbate. Let's see. Means to make a problem. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Situation. Let me see. A situation or feeling worse or more severe. Yeah, so that's what pseudoscience does. All right. It makes the problem in the situation worse, man. Makes it real severe, our miseducation, and it doesn't help us. It doesn't put us in the right place. It just does not. And I'm telling you, this wild information. So, you know, we got some videos we want to play a little bit to show you how wild it is. I was on Dewan's show. I hear you, Dewan. I appreciate you allowing me to have a conversation with you. That's what we can do as African Americans. We can have good conversations to where people in the audience will learn. What we learned in that conversation is that there's a weak spot in the whole FBA conversation. We have identified it. The weak spot is literacy in science and understanding scientific terms. Have no recollection of anthropology. I mean, you can't recall anything about anthropology because you refuse to study it. That's the weakness with the whole FBA movement. And they're fueled by the pseudoscientific, quote unquote, hidden colors. They'll say, well, man, you hating on the guy. I'm not hating. Listen, I never inspired to be a pseudo. Anybody that's been listening to me for years, I never inspired to be a pseudo. That doesn't get me going. Matter of fact, it has the opposite effect. It make me get on the attack. That's what it actually does. So you're never hearing me big up a damn pseudo. You know, they be on me for that, man. Give him a chance, man. I don't give pseudo. I don't care if you have a doctor's degree and you're a pseudo. Let me say this. People say, well, you're never on the heads of white scholars you bring on your channel, because the white scholars, they stay on par. Okay? They just do. They ain't trying to overwhoop the situation for some wild reason. And I'm not saying that, because you have plenty of white scholars that overwhoop and do too much. But I'm saying when they come on this spot, they do their research first. They say, oh shit, I better keep it standard, because he's not going. Okay? And I've had plenty of black scholars to keep the standard, because they know I'm not going. But every now and then, we get a person to pop up and jump on here like Dr. Dixon, and he think we going. We ain't going. We ain't going for the foolery. We just not doing it. We not. Get in. I see you, man. Man, it's different in the scientific mind. You see the world different. I swear you do. I want to get, let's get to some of the clips. All right. And, you know, matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link in the server if some of y'all want to jump on. You gotta be in the server to get this link. If you ain't in the server, you're in trouble. Right? And we're gonna react to some of these videos. All right. Gonna react to some of the videos. Okay. Jump on. Want to react to some of the videos. I want to hear some of y'all thoughts, man. We're going to get right into it. So I've identified the problem in the FBA movement, African Americans, since they want to keep calling me Pan-African. Niggas ain't never heard me say I was a damn Pan, but they do it. They do it as a slur. And they hate the word African American, so I'm going to call them out. I'm not calling them until they get me straight, get who I am straight. I'm going to stay on them. The African Americans who've lost their way want to change their name and play Black Indian. That's what it is. Whole lot of talking that talk, but we've identified a problem in this with literacy and science. One, they do not know what the hell a scientific theory is or law. They don't. Have no idea. They don't know who the hell Charles Darwin was. Don't know the difference between Charles Darwin and Darwinism. They don't realize that Darwinism came after Charles Darwin. Racists tried to use that. Has nothing to do with Darwin. Darwinian evolution, they don't know what the hell that means. So we're in a spot where education is important. So I'm going to make sure I'm going to always throw some education in the show. I'm going to do that because it's important. Lamar Pope, man, what's good, man? Got to educate them because they arguing through their ignorance. Dewan and all. Dewan, you're arguing through your ignorance. Dewan tried to flim us and tell us that, hey, man, they don't, if you don't use African American, they won't publish your book. In academic circles, if you just make up some Black Indian thing, man, of course they're not going to publish the nonsense because it's nonsense. And they can't see. They can't see it because they don't understand evolution. And they don't understand Charles Darwin. And they don't understand what a scientific theory is. They just don't. Crazy. Let me see. Hey, Cedric, jump on. No. Yeah, they just don't understand, man. I get it. They really don't. Let me see. There's a few things I want to go over. I'm gonna get right on some education. It's important. Hold on. I think I better come to the evolution section, man. Let's see here. We get some good resources for y'all today. That's important. Let me see. Bunch of ignorance there, though, bro. Oh man, whole lot of ignorance, man. Oh, let's see if I can get to it right here. It's a lot of websites y'all can do to try to get your minds right. Get your damn minds right, man, before you start arguing with a group of people dedicated to making sure we see the world in its natural lenses, man. All right. It's important to see the world through the lenses of nature, man. I'm telling you. Not through the world of the spook. That's another part of cultures. Cultures are very spooked out. Very spooked. Spookity spook, spook, spook. Like they say, spookity spook, spook, spook. Oh, PBS. Do I want a PBS? Can't find it. So let the people come in the room, man. I see you, Detroit, man. What's going on, man? Top flight. I see you. Let me see what you say. You said something, top flight? Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, top flight, you should just hit the link someday, though, bro. I know you don't got right now. I know you're a little afraid. Most of them are afraid. They're afraid. I get it. I don't have a problem with that. That fear. The fear of the unknown. Yeah, fear of the unknown. I get it. It's not a big deal. I get the fear factor, yo. Yeah, we're gonna have a good conversation, man. We ain't cussing each other. We ain't doing that, man. Pseudo kill official, man. Had to get my man Cedric on here. What's good, bro?
What it do, God killer?
Hey, good to have you here, man.
Yeah, I've been listening to the conversation, and I think our good brother Unbiased knows he bit off more than he can chew, because he's going on this complete non sequitur campaign. Which one of the pseudo killers has do we wave the flag of Pan-Africanism? We teach scientific literacy and we promote financial literacy as tools in this Western capitalist economy as ways to move yourself forward. Now, Pan-Africanism is what we are doing. We are pseudo killers united all over the world, all over the country, from different cultures, from different backgrounds, uniting in a common cause because we understand the plight of quote unquote our people. Now, I've always said I understand the necessity for delineation. However, you cannot build your foundation on pseudo claims. It's just that simple. So now to be calling us a Pan-African booty scratchers,
yeah, I'm not that,
and all of that stuff.
I'm not
You need to see me in the debate ring now, Unbiased. You're claiming that you had a debate with Ankh while he was on the phone, not sharing his screen, not having any sources, having a conversation, and he beat you up. So now let's dance official. Let's make it official. Get in the ring, take the gloves off, come with your pseudo nonsense, your non sequitur claims, and get beat up. I'm gonna slap you around because you're flu. I'm gonna slap you around. I'm gonna ragdoll him. Because I went back and I really started listening to this clown. He's just on the bandwagon. He's a next scammer.
Yeah, he definitely, yeah, he know what it is. I think he know what it is. Matter of fact, I know he know what it is. Matter of fact, he don't even agree with his comrades on that nonsense, but he's just scared to say it. And the fact that you don't correct your comrades is why we say you scamming, because you know better. You ain't no daggone black Indians in America. You know damn well ain't that.
Listen,
I mean, get out of here, bro.
You know, we were laughing and joking about the fact that I had a debate with JJ. Shout out to JJ on the idea of Africans being here prior to Columbus. Now JJ has realized the error of his ways because he's now hunting FBAs. Now, if you're hunting FBAs, JJ, you got to realize why you lost that debate, because that's the same premise of these pseudo abos. And pseudo abos has found a home based on the scamming of Tariq Nasheed. And if we're going to call someone an agent, anyone that is promoting pseudoscience and leading you down a dead end road, ain't that an agent?
And that's what I thought.
So the whole conversation about reparations, how are we gonna disperse it? What is the best way? The calculations. None of this conversation is happening right now. We're fighting pseudo identity issues from a pseudo group that is undermining the process of reparation. Who's agent? And the sad part is, I'm thinking you're doing it for free. You're undermining your own cause for free.
You either agent for change or agent for confusion. That's real right there. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. So what, like I said, you either agent for change in a positive direction, which is going to help educate people, or you're agent for confusion and misinformation. Since we want to throw the word agent around, right? Only way we can find out, you're gonna have, like you said, people just gonna be talking. They're not gonna be able to back up what they're saying. They're not gonna be able to do none of that, yo.
Exactly.
They're not. They're not gonna give scientific sources on it.
No, they can't.
They can't. It's not there. They can't.
And if we're gonna have the ethnogenesis conversation, again comes full circle. Because what have I and the pseudo killers been promoting over the last couple of years? In the embrace the Americas. I've always been saying, listen, we built everything over here. We ain't going nowhere. And to have this disconnect with our own countries is suicide. I've always been saying that. I'm never one to say go back to Africa. I'm never one to say that.
I told Wisham Connor that though. Say cool. I told him go back to Africa. Everybody got mad. I'm like, wait a minute, yo, he was born in Africa. I can tell him that.
yeah. You could tell me go back to St. Martin.
Yeah, go back to St. Martin. Oh man, you told him that. What?
You know what I mean?
Born there.
Yeah, and that is a shot that can be thrown in a conversation like that because it's in context, right? That's a valid shot, right? In a context. You over here telling us to embrace cultures and concepts that we have been separated from for over 500 years. Yeah. There are aspects of it that are rooted within the North American Caribbean cultures. Yes, it is there, but we have a different ethnogenesis, right? So you cannot romanticize and expect me to go and become a quote unquote West Central African by culture. So that is never the conversation. You're not dealing with no romanticized conversations over here. So that's not a conversation you can play with the pseudo killers. So we're going to stay on your pseudoisms. Two pillars of what makes someone an FBA is downright pseudo.
We're not going to let you get away from that. We're not listening to you. Yeah.
We ain't going nowhere from that.
Yeah, we're not gonna let y'all do it. Right? We're not gonna let them run around the Rosie. Running around. Yeah, and Ron is the number one. He's the number one pseudo on that too.
Yeah. And that's why he's a scammer. Because he's yes, I'm in, no, I'm not, yes, I'm no, but no, stay here. Your aspect of what you consider FBA is what is known as African American. So how can you claim to be FBA when the concept is created by a particular individual that identifies three pillars of it? He has pseudo-mentries to back up his position.
Got the pseudo-mentries. I'm trying to flim-flamming, yo. They get mad because they don't understand the conversation. Yeah, and Ron just disappointed in this man. Yo, he trying to get some.
And yeah, the rest of them
disappointed.
Are scientifically illiterate, culturally and historically clueless, and they are walking around with an antiquated chip on their shoulder. And Truth Historian breaks it down, right? If you go, shout out to Truth, he's been putting it out there. the jocking, the cooning, the jiving. These are all aspects of identification that has been so thrown at us that we want everything else but to be who we are. That's why Black African power. That's why Black and I'm proud. That's why everything I do is Black. Because there's no way nothing that you said or you did that is going to make me feel inferior about who I am. That's impossible. But we're seeing the effects of it. Hebrew Israelites, Moors, Rasta, name it. Everything other than a West Central African by descent.
Yeah, I dropped that link. Drop that link, and we're gonna let's start looking at some. Let's react to some of these. Let's get to let's get right to the cusp of the conversation. All right, let's start it. I want to start it right here. Okay, we want to start off with Tariq. We got to. Let me see here. God damn. Let me start right here. Oh man. All right. All right. We start right here. Okay. Man, let's get the top hitter up here, man. What's up, Ngozi? How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? Peace and love to the panel. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, we in the game just teaching you. I realize now there's a space for teaching now.
Oh, definitely, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
There's a space for teaching, yo. We got to teach now, bro. We got to be able to close the education gap on the conversation. That way, those African Americans can actually, get their real history instead of being flim-flam, right? I think that's important right now. I see they don't have it, but what's on your mind? And then we're going to go to Top Flight and V-Note. Go ahead.
I think the identity crisis with a lot of people in America, not just Black Americans, come from just being an American and living in a place where you have an idea of democracy and liberty and it's free range to think and do whatever. I mean, the banner has already been created as African Americans. All this other stuff, Moorish science, Moorish American, FBA, ADOs, that shit don't matter. It doesn't really matter. The banner is the banner. We are not continental Africans, but we are Africans of the diaspora. We're part of the African family of the diaspora. We have our own culture that's been created in the United States, in North America. We went through our own ethnogenesis, which makes us clearly just African Americans, or FA, or as I say, FAFA, foundational African Americans. That's just what it is. The stance of whatever they're, or Tariq Nasheed, whatever, he's mixing truth and falsehood. Yeah, when he reparation should be put on the table. If it happens, it happens. If not, whatever. I mean, the system was created unlawfully. The way it was designed was how it was designed. It wasn't fair in the first place. And when this country fought for its independence, it was all based off gangsterism, bloodshed, murder, or whatever. That's just what it is. People can play or whatever. There's too many power in this country with other people here for you to even, have a surface voice on that topic, because the people that brought you here is no longer in play. I mean, when the United States fought for its independence and fought against the British and broke off, I mean, who are you gonna take? I mean, who are you gonna go to? Because a lot of the European people that's in play right now are later descendants. They're not even the true descendants of the first Europeans that came here, of the first settlements. But the establishment and the system that was put in play by the British a long time ago, and the offshoots of the renegade British or Northwestern Europeans got their own thing going. So what I'm saying is that we went through a hell of an evolution over here since the inception of the United States, or this portion of North America, fought in every war. We have a proper banner to be known, to have that standard as Americans. That's just what it is, more than anybody. And outside of that, we have our own culture, which is our culture is what it is. So all the identity crises that people going through, it is what it is. My brother Chef, he's from a portion of the island of the Caribbean. And the Caribbean portion, Jamaica or Trinidad or the island that he's from, that's all part of the North America. It's not the United States, but it's North America. But he's part of the African diaspora family. That's
So
just what it is.
let me play this clip, and then we're gonna let everybody weigh in on it. I don't want Top Flight and the other guy. I want y'all to wait on the clip. Here it go.
Black American, black people, all right, black people, both African black people who descended from Africa and pre-Columbian black indigenous populations on this land, because they hate the fact that they exist. There were black indigenous people on this land. This has been proven over and over again. The reality is those groups created a whole new ethnic group through the process of slavery, survival, culture building right here on American soil. And that group built the United States, making us native to the United States. We are the native population of the United States. We didn't immigrate here from anywhere. You can acknowledge possible pre-Columbian.
Okay, so for those who understand and those who study, know is a clear mistake there. Okay, so clearly. So Top Flight, what do you think about that clip?
What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on?
How you doing? What do you think about the clip?
I think the clip was was good. It was a good clip. What's wrong with the clip?
Okay, first let me address. Yeah, you know, you let them throw me off that show, bro. You know they should have let me talk.
That was my first time on the show, bro.
I know it was. You just talked to the little bit slickety slick. Yeah, I mean, I just want to let you know I acknowledge that. That's all. I want to let you get away with it. But I appreciate you coming up. So go ahead. You don't understand what's wrong with that clip. Are you sure? Because it's okay.
Well, listen, I know the problem that you have with that.
Not me. It's not me. I don't have a problem. I understand the mistakes in that. But go ahead.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I know your issue. So let me ask y'all this. I want to
stay on the clip.
No,
we're gonna have a couple clips. That's why I'm glad y'all came up.
We're on the clip. Let's stay on the clip.
Yeah, what's right about it? What's wrong about
it? For me, man, what's right about it? I do believe. I believe that there were black indigenous people here before Columbus.
Okay.
Does it really matter to me? Now, no. I don't think we need to go back that far. We all agree that we built the country. We're foundational. Ankh, I've heard you say it many times. You agree that we're foundational, right? Answer that question.
Yeah, we're part of the foundation. We're not the only foundation. We're part of the foundation.
Okay, so who else is
on the clip though?
Okay, we want a clip.
So you made your point. You think that's accurate?
Absolutely.
Okay, so now I want to move to V Note. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right today. You doing all right, OG?
I'm all right, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm doing okay, man. I thought the clip was good because we know that there have been a lot of lies in American history, and here recently and throughout the years, it been a research on just black people just doing their family history. And, we finding out new things within, the family history that can go against the norm that we have been taught within American history, within our society.
So you're essentially saying that we've been miseducated, and now that there's a resurgence of thinking that we're indigenous black people said first, you think that's a good thing for our community. That's what you're essentially saying, correct?
Well, I'm saying that, a lot of black people started doing lineage type history once the Roots movie came out, and that's not too long ago. So, it really ain't been a hot topic within the black community, but it's kind of picking up right now. And, and a lot of people is finding out things that, that haven't been taught.
Okay. All right. So you agree with the clip, basically?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Okay. So let's, Sabian, how you doing, brother? Did you hear the clip?
Yeah, I heard the clip.
Hey, Cedric, you stupid. You stupid, Cedric.
Yeah, I heard the clip. What up with it? OG,
Stay on
what
the
up?
clip. Nothing else. I don't want nothing else because I'm glad to have these two brothers here. We can have this intelligent conversation. I think, I'm going to turn it down to a 5 because I've been on 12 and a half. You know how I do. So I don't want them to think I'm a maniac.
I'll be up there with you on 12 and a half too.
Get off that. That's not effective no more. Get off that. Dewan said it ain't effective, and I would have to agree with Dewan yesterday. We have to have effective communication. I want to let them know that I talk to real college students. I can do this shit for real. But go ahead. What do you think about the clip?
I think
good clip or bad clip?
It was a bad clip. Why? Because he's mixing up terms and misusing terms to try to make us something that we know we aren't historically.
Okay.
We know the history of our people and how our people got here and how we got in contact and started mixing with the native or the indigenous people of the Americas.
Okay.
So to try to call us indigenous Black Americans is false.
Okay. Stop right there. Kim Netta, how you doing, brother? What do you think about the clip?
Man, I think it was horrible. They conflating all type of history there, trying to make us the real indigenous native people to America. For one, we know how our people got here, like the brother before me just said, and it's okay that people is going through their genealogy and finding out that their family was a part of some of these tribes, but that was through being enslaved, and some of them adopted our people and allowed them to live free. But that's how our people got into these tribes. And people were finding out that they people were in these tribes, and they think that, oh, see, we always been here. But you got to go back further than that. So they just dead wrong, and I'll just leave it at that and let you go ahead.
Okay, so all right, so right now we got the 2 FBAs. I'm gonna give them that respect. They don't give me the respect. They call me a fucking Pan-African. I ain't never been a damn Pan-African. This shit is disturbing to say the most to me, right? But okay, we heard you, Cedric. Go ahead. You got the floor.
They are not FBA. That doesn't exist. That's pseudo claim. So I'm gonna call
see. Look here, man. Look.
Number two.
Nobody else got cut off. Don't try to cut Sad off soon as you start, man. Let him go.
He's a tether, dog. Nigga, you can't
let him go.
about
they didn't cut you off, so let him go.
Number 2, I just did a debate where we were actually discussing the origins of Homo sapiens sapiens, and every shred of evidence points and indicates an African origins of Homo sapiens sapiens. Prior to 1492, we have no evidence, neither genetic, neither archaeological, or any other form of scientific evidence to prove that Africans were in the Americas prior to the pre-Columbian era. Those claims rest on claims made by the colonizers themselves, and that's post 1492, when they claim to see dark-skinned people or etc., right? We know the history. I've had 3 debates now discussing the timeline, the sequences, the genetics. Everything points to a post-Columbian African presence in the New World. That's
so we don't have.
No, we're not doing that. No. Relax. Go ahead, finish your point. Then I want to go to.
So again,
I want to go to streets.
That whole narrative that Tariq is trying to build is pseudo. And mind you, I didn't say genealogy. I talked about genetics. Genetics happens in population. Ethnogenesis, yes. However, pre-Columbian presence of Africans in the West, no. End of discussion.
Okay,
Can I add something real quick, Unc, before you move on? This is going to be real quick. These 2 things right here. One, FBA is not a thing that's official. It's not. They don't have no court cases. They ain't won no cases. They ain't went up, and none of that happened. They don't have nothing documented. They're not even a real organization that can actually receive reparation if we did get it. That's one. And 2, the journal stuff that they trying to use from Christopher Columbus to say they saw Black people here, that's super misleading because that's not even his writing. That's a rewrite by Bartholomew Delacosta, who
Yes, it
admits
is.
himself that he
Great point.
rewrote that and expounded it on his own,
Yeah,
making
great
one
point.
word into 4 sentences and all type of stuff. That's it. Go
Talking
ahead.
about the alloys and all that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Good point. Street Sufi.
Yes, yeah. I don't agree with the clip. It's trash.
Well, hold on. Let's not hold on, because you know that's they people's kind of. It's like a person calling you trash. It's gonna elevate the conversation. Keep it. I want to keep it. I want to do it the way you do it today. You know how you do it. We teaching today. We're gonna show them that it's levels to what we do here. We can be on 13, 20. We can cuss you all the way out. We can bring it down. We can teach you. Then we can cuss you out again. We can make it look full. You know, we got a range on this thing. See, they ain't seen but one gear. They don't know. We really do this for real. We've been doing this for 20 years.
Absolutely.
Promoting science and scientific literacy. It's a different
Absolutely.
thing. But let me say this. Our conversation is really for them, Gozy. This moment right here, right? These are the moments we relish in. We relish in these moments because now we get to introduce another crop of FBA or African Americans to what science and science literacy is and what anthropology is. That way they can determine themselves what it is they're doing. But go ahead, Gozy.
Well, there's no evidence of Africans being here prior to the transatlantic slave trade, or and the thing is that if we look at it scientifically, the human genome that's been mapped out since 2002, most of the populations here that we see today are later receivers, including the European, with the large amount of R1BM269 that comes from them. And for the African Americans, that's highly of E1B1A, which is a later receiver over here compared to the indigenous population that crossed here as early as 16,000 years ago through the land bridge. So if you look at them, their markers no longer exist, which tells the story of what happened. The people came, colonized, and killed off many of these people. So paternally, you're not going to find haplogroup P and Q that used to roam the early Americas. What you're going to see today is what's been here for the last 400 to 500 years. The colonizer largely R1BM269, and 40% of African American males have this due to what went on with our history, right? And then you're gonna have the other portion that's largely E1B1A, which represents the population that we descend from West and Central Africa, and that has a story itself. So if you just follow the phylogenetic tree and look at the markers that's here now, and you can see the story of America. That's just what it is. You might find a few outliers here and there that might be linking with P and Q, in Latin Americans primarily, but then you have to go into the autosomal DNA. Then you go into the autosomal DNA of Hispanics, like a Mexican or Venezuelan or people in Chile or Ecuadorians. You can see some layers of their DNA, like autosomally at 40 to 50%, or in some cases even 60% autosomally. Even if they are mestizo, because mestizos can be half and half from the conquistador Spanish and the indigenous people that they blended with. But when you look at them and study their genome, the autosomally, you can see that around 40, 50, depending on the area within that portion of America, you can see that portion that's the genetic imprint of what used to linger here from the early Americas. You can see it in them. That's it. But when it comes to the African American, you're gonna find which makes us this thing called black, because we descend from sub-Saharan Western Central Africans. That's why they call us black. You're gonna find us being 60 to 70% sub-Saharan African, and then you're gonna find a portion of us that comes from the colonizer, the people that we live side by side with, which is Northwestern European, whether that's British or Irish or whatever. Native American will be very small in us at traces 0.5%, 0.8%, at highest probably 2% overall, because they didn't mix much. Even though you had, reservations with the 5 civilized tribes and they adopted you in and took you in, they didn't mix much, compared to what they did in Latin America. The Hispanics is is resurfacing a lot of the Native American DNA back into this portion of America.
Yes, it is. All right, let's move. So I'm gonna play a trade. What's going? No, it was Tether Supreme Allah. You want to?
Yes, sir.
On the
Yes,
clip?
sir.
Did you see
Yes,
the clip?
God. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Right, talk about the clip. I'm going to play the next one. Go ahead.
Well, listen. We both know that your boy Nasheed is a con artist and a former pimp. Now, those are just statements of fact. I'm not trying to assassinate his character. Right?
So listen, we got some of the bros. Hold on. We got some of the bros on here. They're gonna take offense to that. We don't want to do that today. You get it? Like I'm saying,
okay.
That's the way you may see it, right? But they ain't seeing that. And at a certain point, we gotta have a common ground. So don't do that. You can't find another word for it.
Okay, yeah, all right. We'll discount.
You got respect. If a nigga fuck with you, they ain't gonna let you say that. I ain't fucking with you.
I hear you. Okay, I take that back. No,
you don't gotta take it back because you're a man. You don't stand on it. But I'm saying we have to have effective communication right now. We got a couple of the brothers on here, and I'm really appreciating their presence because I think I can get to the bottom nitty gritty of this shit right here. I know I can.
Granted. I will follow the rules. Yeah, the clip is misleading at best. Okay. But it is filled with pseudo theory. Mm-hmm. It displays a misunderstanding. It replays people's misunderstanding and lack of depth about what race is, and that is a social construct. So in the part where he says there were black people here before, right? Whatever he was referencing at that point, right? He fails to mention that. I know we're using the English language, but we can take it back to Negro if you want, right? When that term was formulated to be applied to people, but it fails to acknowledge the social and political underpinnings of not just Native American society and the human differentiation that was already going on, the politics, but also the same categories in Africa, right? And the processes that were bringing people together at different times throughout history. All of that exact nuance, which is known knowledge that people are wrestling with and advancing with increased study, is so far removed from the simplistic word magic that he is casting over the people that are following what is called FBA. Okay. So I try to be as nice as possible, but I'll cut it there.
Yeah. So just for the record, for the FBA, the word pseudo is simple. It's a prefix, right? And it's used in few languages. It simply means to be fake or insincere version. That's all. So we saying it's fake. It can't be supported. That's really what's going on. When we say pseudo, man, meaning it's fake, right? If we say pseudoscience, then we're saying something is trying to represent science and scientific ideas that it's not. Okay, so I think that's important for the new audience to get that. When we say it's pseudo, we saying it's fake. It's not based in reality. It's not that. That's all. No more, no less on that. Trey, you want to add something? Did you see the clip?
No, I didn't see the clip, but I do want to add something.
No, well, you can't do it then. We're gonna play the next clip for you. All right. Let's go to the next clip here. We're gonna work through this. All right. I think it's important to our development as a people. And a lot of times if we're not fighting, then we could have a serious conversation and we'll find out that there's certain things that we definitely agree on. You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely agree on some things. Like, I agree that African Americans have a unique culture. Anybody that's been listening to me for years know that. I agree that we have a unique culture. I agree that our culture needs to be respected. And I never said I was a goddamn indigenous African. That's a bunch of bullshit. So you got the other side. We not that. We're a whole new ethnogenesis. See, that's my stance. That's been my stance for a while. So people get me mixed up. Nobody knows me as a Pan-African. They know me as an atheist. I'm an atheist. I'm the real black atheist. I'm the guy that studied. And when I found myself to be wrong, I will change my stance. That's what they know me as. They don't know me as a Pan-African. They don't know me as a nigga saying Egyptians is black, because I don't say that, because it's incoherent and incorrect, right? I'm saying this is where we at. So there's a lot of points I agree on. We have a unique culture developed in America, right? We're different than a continental African. We got a different culture, right? We bring African traditions and customs over and we modify them in the United States, which forms African American. We do modify that. That's how culture works. You connected to the human population. That's simple. There's no getting around that. Okay. And so you modify ideas based off of where you live at. Simple as that. So if you farm in one area and you move to another area, the way you farm may be different. A great example will be the Nile Valley. We know that grains from Western Asia are brought into the Nile Valley. The uneducated will say, yeah, see, that's the Asians coming in and they farming. No, what happens is those wild grains from Western Asia are Africanized, right? No reasonable farmer, right, will negate a crop that can grow. What they will do is they will Africanize it, right? Or whatever it is, they will fashion it after their image and after their likeness. What I'm basically saying is they will make it fit who they are. That's how humans do it. That's how we do it. Same with hip hop. Hip hop in Japan ain't the same as hip hop in America. They Japanize it. See what I'm saying? That's what they do. That's what humans do. Here go the next clip. All right. I think this to be a very important clip right here. And so we know what the stances are. Here it go. Just to be sure, we see you.
The ethnogenesis that we had here was due to the breeding farms. See, you could speak on that, Mr. Tariq, and also, you know, we invented most of everything on the car, sir. Mm-hmm. That goes into those 50,000 patents and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. You know, and there is a difference between immigration and migration, sir. And I remember in the beginning, he tried to talk about the Bering Straits. We had nothing to do with that. And I remember him saying something, I can't remember. I was trying to write everything down, but I'm gonna land my plane right there, sir.
Thank you so much. And also, our ethnogenesis came way before the breeding farms. Our ethnogenesis came way before then. You know, we became foundational Black Americans when all of us collided in the 1500s. So we've already had a presence here. And also when they talk about migration and people moving from different places, coming from one place to another, some of the red natives, when they came over the Bering Straits, they came from Asia. So you're not going to call them immigrants. I mean, they had a migration and they settled in parts of this land. There were Black people who were here. That's why when they do DNA, down there in South America, they dug up one of the oldest fossils in the Americas, which was Lucia woman, and they reconstructed what the woman looked like. A Black woman. Been here thousands of years ago. We've been here. Yeah. Then the Folsom people been here for thousands of years. And then those Olmec statues, big Black statues down there that was under the ground in Mexico. And if you go down there, you see some of the other ones with them big ass lips and straight up and down Black people. Then you go down to Mexico in the bone and pack temples and you see those Black skinned people with damn dreadlocks up there that were here thousands of years ago. So yeah, there's always been a Black presence here on this land. Go get the book, Unexpected Faces in Early America by white man, von Wutenau. This white man collected all of these artifacts from different private collectors, these artifacts that they would hide of all of these Aboriginal people that were in America.
Okay. All right. There you go. We heard the clip clear. We ain't gotta act like we ain't hear what they said. We heard what they say. Top Flight. What do you think about the clip?
I think it was a lot of different parts to that clip. I think it's all debatable. I don't think anything that let me say this. Anything that either side is saying is not law. You understand? I know y'all got the scholarship. I already know y'all, but I believe that absolutely. Why wouldn't Black people, when I say Black, I mean Black looking people, why wouldn't they be on this landmass like they were on the Australian landmass or other landmasses? Why wouldn't they be?
Okay. All right. V-Note, the most.
Yes, sir. So we have eyewitness accounts,
Mm-hmm.
and the eyewitness accounts are definitely outweigh a scientific experiment that's going on in the 2000s. And I don't see how y'all saying that science is outweighing the eyewitness accounts.
Well, in the court, do you think an eyewitness account is the best account?
Well, in court, that science would be pinpoint. Y'all science with this history is not pinpoint.
No, I said in a court of law, do you think an eyewitness account is the best account? That's what I'm asking you.
I mean, it can be.
No, it's actually not, because two people can see the same event two different ways, yo. You got to be able to figure that out. You get it?
But if you're gonna use science, it got to be pinpoint.
No, science actually works in approximates, which is going to be better than an eyewitness account, right? Because there's no doubt. I'm going to show you, after we play the clips, I'm going to show you how having melanated people, which is a crazy way to say it. I ain't going to lie to you. You ain't supposed to say it that way. That's craziness, right? Just having people with browner skin color like ours, you expect to find that in the Americas. You expect to find that all over the world, not unless you think the earth is flat. So you expect to see that. That's not because we understand it now. Those early settlers, those early people, it might have been shocking to them because there wasn't a comprehensive theory on the evolution of skin color like it is now today. So, you know, you would expect to see people in those areas near the equator and zone 1, zone 2. You would expect to see brown skinned people. Like it's not, it might have been shocking to them because they was just exploring the world, but it's not shocking to what we understand about evolution and science today. It's not, it makes sense.
But when they're putting African terms on people, so that's already pseudo. So for them to be coming into a new world that they haven't been in before, and they're putting African terms on people.
Yeah, that's wrong. I agree.
So
yeah, they got that wrong.
And that's what happened.
Yeah, but that's
they was definitely doing lookership. But at the end of the day, if you understand genetic divergence, you would understand that those people that you're looking at in the Americas that you would call dark-skinned, melanated black people are not what we call black people today. Those are a whole separate ethnic group of people.
Well, the black people in America don't all look the same. We all look different. We all look different on this panel.
Yeah,
we're not all from the same tribe, so it's
but
you really can't get around it.
Get to the point though. The skin color has no value in this conversation.
It really do, because you know, the only way that you can get okay, so where are the dark black Mexicans? Where are the dark black I guess you would say Native Americans or Eskimos?
There are dark skinned Indians from India.
No, we're not talking about India. See, that's where y'all try to take the argument to India, but we're talking about America.
But you can't use the skin thing at all.
Yeah,
we got to use the skin thing.
No, you can't.
Listen, hey, can I say this?
Yes, you can.
What dude said in the clip and what he always says, he simply says he agrees with y'all. Y'all agree with him. He simply said just dark skinned people that could pass for black today, not meaning black Americans like what we like today, or like, you see what I'm saying? So y'all saying the same shit. He's
but you got people that confuse stuff like that when you let them use when you let them use stuff like dark skin and all that. You let them confuse people. So you got to get down to the nitty gritty and get rid of that color, because we got genetics, we got all type of other stuff that get way deeper than just looking when you looking at color.
So when we get down to the nitty gritty, and when they finding the black people in America and they saying, well, but they look like some pirates from Ethiopia.
That's fine. We don't have a problem.
Hold on. But at that time, Ethiopia was West Africa.
What?
At that time, Ethiopia was West Africa.
No, Ethiopia.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you saying now? Come on.
Yeah, it was considered West Africa because it's on the map. It's on the maps during those times in the 1500s.
It's not West. It's not West Africa,
bro.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
All right, here go the screen.
Yeah, but they ain't talking about no East Africans.
Hold on for a time. I want to stay here. Listen, you see this? It's called dark skin. All right, it's a type of human skin color that is rich in melanin pigments. People with dark skin are often referred to as black people. Okay, and we know when they first started calling people black people when the Portuguese came in. The word is negro. Okay, and they racialized the shit. It's the start of scientific racism. It's like it's racist because you lump everybody in the group. So I hear y'all arguments. You saying they lumped us all in the group. Some of us natives. I agree. They also name themselves white people. We've done extensive conversations over this. And they put white people at the top, right? And put black people at the bottom. So we ain't tripping off of that. All right? So, but this is important right here. As you look at these people with different skin color, they're in different geographical regions. Look. Negritos. Okay? Look at this. Aboriginal Australian. Look at this. Dark skin. Malaysia. Right? That is like any African American, don't it?
Right.
Okay. Okay, but I'm saying your eyes are lying to you.
Facts.
When we study science, the first thing we recognize, it's counterintuitive. So you gotta at a certain point, your eyes are bad for this conversation. And I know you're saying, man, my whole life, I might be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and I relied on my 5 senses. And I'm telling you, for the listening audience, your 5 senses are horrible for science. You saying what? Yes, I'm saying what you have been used to navigate through this world will trick you. You will actually think the earth is flat because when you go outside, you don't see it. You can't even recognize how large the earth is. Your senses do not allow you to see that.
Quick 2 points.
No, not
the reason why you cannot use memory.
Relax. Here we go again. Papua New Guinea. You cannot tell me this ain't on the corner of Baltimore, Maryland somewhere. Look at these people. Your eyes, I'm telling you that your eyes are lying to you. And none of y'all looking at this presentation can get past me on this. I'm saying that what you see ain't what you think it is.
I'm with you on that, because people do the same thing with the Polynesians.
Here we go again.
They say, oh, they're black. Like
Congo. I'm just making a point here. I'm saying your eyes is lying to you right now. And if you base off of skin color, you're going to mess up your damn history. That's my whole point. You can't
You're mixing up history right now, but you're mixing it up.
I'm not. Listen to my point. Just stay on my point. I'm saying what you just seeing, your eyes just lied to you. That's all I'm saying, bro. And the steps to get this conversation right. I just want to let you know you ain't see what you thought you just saw.
Okay, so what am I looking at right now on this panel? Am I looking at black man or am I looking at something else?
Black is a social construct, my bro.
See, no, whoa, slow down. Answer his question. Are you looking at black men or no?
Yeah, I'm black and I'm proud.
No, I'm talking about on those pictures. That man just asked y'all a question.
Oh, you said on the pit? I thought he said on the panel.
He said on the panel. He said on the panel.
He said on the panel. But I like the question too.
Okay. He tried to be slick, but he said on the panel.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Let me ask the question.
No, it's not, because what you see on the panel and what you see in the pictures, we not the same people.
We're not the same people at all.
And so you can't really look at you.
Yeah, that's why I say your eyes is lying to you.
I'm saying we all not the same people that's on the panel.
Yes, we is, yo. Hold on. Wait. Hold.
We are all.
I don't know. Hold on. Wait.
Black
Listen.
American, bro.
Listen what I'm saying. The pictures I showed you ain't what you think they are, yo. Can y'all wrap your mind around that? That's what I want to ask you.
Those are black men.
And Vino, do you realize that what you're looking at, they not?
What are they?
They black men, just like you said. If they throw on the fitted and the white tee, and if they at the corner store in Baltimore, they are black men.
Yeah, they not.
Now talk about using your eyes.
Now listen, in America, of course, if you see those people in America, they're gonna treat them like black people. But that's not what hold on, let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. Because y'all doing this little dance that's not making sense. We keeping it in context. Y'all trying to bring them out here and make them be Americans. They are where they are and they are who they are.
Nobody said nothing about America, dog. Who said anything about America?
So the whole point was, they are black Americans. You go back and analyze people based on lookership, the mistake that the colonizers made back then, we can understand because they were doing lookership. That's why when they went.
So you agree with what he said then? You agree? Hold up. You agree that they said they saw black people when they got
we already said that. We never denied that.
So there is no argument.
But it wasn't true though.
However, to claim that those were Africans pre-colonial time,
right?
Is nonsense because it is via the Colombian era.
You just
said
Colombian
era. It's the point that the colonizer.
Play the clip back. Did he say?
You know how you get him real quick, Unc. You know how you get him. Do me a favor, Unc, and pull up the Christopher Columbus Journal where you can get the verbatim words they playing this game. And like I said, that journal was written by.
Can't kill him on the first day. You can't kill him on the first day, yo.
No. So let me ask y'all this about the journal.
Look, that journal was written by Bartholomew Della Casa.
Why you want to kill him on the first? Why you want to kill him on the first day, though?
Let me ask you.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah, we are wasting time with him though, because the point we gotta make is that
hold on, Heather Supreme Allah, relax. Hold on, relax.
Can I ask a question about the journal?
What
journal? You mean Bartholomew lied and said he saw black people here? What would he lie for?
Bartholomew admits himself in his own writing that he took what he got from Christopher Columbus, which was very little words, maybe here and there one word, that he expounded into full sentences on his own, and he was not present. So to take his word as a primary source, you already off. But I'm gonna
so he added
on your own.
So he added that he saw black people.
Yo, we're not worried about what a person said he saw. Do you get that? That was my lesson.
You still don't get. You don't get it, huh?
That was my lesson.
Worried about it?
No, not at all.
Bro,
no, I'm not moving the goalpost. Listen what I'm saying. Hold on, let me say this. Hold on, let me get this out.
But they weren't really black people though, bro.
Hold on for a minute, Trey. Listen, my conversation may be different from everybody else's conversation.
It's very different.
Okay, so my conversation is that I'm telling you your damn eyes is lied to you. And I'm saying I can show you how it was. Wait. That's what I'm saying. That your eyes is lying. You ain't saying what you think you're saying.
No problem.
That's my conversation. You get it, right? So of course, when colonial powers came over here, yo, there was no Darwinian evolution.
He cut the camera off.
No, listen to me. When the colonial powers came over the 1600s,
I'm rolling
no Darwinian evolution.
Not to do it on the camera, bro. Come on now.
I need to ask you a question because you tried to.
No, do you get my point though?
I'm listening though. I'm here.
Don't feed into it. Listen, we're gonna have a wild round. What I want to say is, yo, there was no comprehensive theory on skin on skin color. There was no listen. So when white people sing you, they put everybody together. Oh, y'all niggas are same. Okay, that's par for the course. We now call that scientific racism. All right, we call it scientific racism because that's exactly what it is. It's racist and it's wild. So that is my conversation. That what you thought you seen ain't what you really seen. That's my conversation. You say you can't shake. You don't gotta get it now. You get it. You might get it next week. Might get it next week.
You just went over his head, bro.
No, it did. No. Don't do that. Don't do that,
bro. Can you tell a Japanese person from a Chinese person, bro?
No, it's hard. No, not
exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. So they thought they saw something that they didn't really see.
Yeah, they didn't see that. They thought they see. I get it. Makes sense.
And this is where the science comes in and makes the difference because you can trace the DNA to make this familial association.
Hold on, Spring. Hold on, Spring. I want you to explain, right, without DNA, because they don't trust DNA. But explain how the science come in and help us organize our thoughts and why that's important.
Because in the process, what happens is, yes, you start off with these anecdotal accounts by people who sometimes do the best they can, but they're biased. Sometimes their memory or their observation is distorted by stress, by new information, by their own preset biases. This is why you cannot trust eyewitness accounts. And then on top of this, you guys are making a claim through the white man's eyes. Ankh said that at least twice already this afternoon. These are Spanish conquistadors' eyes making these observations for scientifically racist reasons. I'm going to tell you right now, because they had been at war for hundreds of years against darker skinned people in northern and western Africa, right? And so they're not just observing people and writing it down randomly. They're observing people and writing it down because of their plans for what's going to happen next. They are saying these people are infidels, or sorry, that's Muslims would use that word. They're saying these people are not Christian and Catholic. They are just like these Africans who we've already been to war with. And then they're going to go ahead and their next step is going to be to conquer. That's why they call conquistador. But anyway, that's just one example of why eyewitness accounts need to be scrutinized more deeply and do not hold up in court or in science. Now, the science then comes in, and the science applies rigor, regimen, testing that can be revisited at any time to make associations about what is likely to be true, what is less likely to be true. But the point is this, and I'll end here. To rely just on the eyewitness accounts of a Spanish conquistador in the early 16th century, that's just crazy work right there. That's just that's madness.
Yeah, we got to rely on the eyewitness accounts because your scientific experiment is not dealing with the particular. Y'all going on a broad
You
base.
missed the
You got
point
to
where I said
be
you should start off with the eyewitness
no, but you
accounts.
have to be
No,
you have to be pinpoint with your
Came
science.
out loud. Let Vino talk. Vino. So why would you think that a scientific understanding would be a downgrade from what you talked about? Why do you think that?
Because y'all don't have the bones of the people that they seen.
So you think it's germane to the conversation that you need a bone? Is that what you think?
I mean, because y'all trying to say that the eyewitness account that them people don't know what they seen.
They do have the bones, bro.
No, Vino.
Breaking news.
We're not
they
saying
have
that.
the bones.
Vino, listen, we clearly said that their eyes was lying to them.
Come on now, that's crazy, man.
No, it's not crazy. Listen, hold on. So you ever heard somebody say science is counterintuitive? You know what that means? When somebody says counterintuitive?
Nah.
Okay, what it means is going against your intuition. It's going against what you think is reality. Like it's counterintuitive. Like you say, that shit don't make no sense. You sitting here saying, they seen these people, they know they was black. And I'm saying the answer is counterintuitive, that they wasn't that.
What were they?
They were Native Americans.
Thank you.
They was Native, but they wasn't black people.
So what's the argument, bro?
That's the thing, though.
Hold on. So why would they say that they reminded them? Hold on. So why would they say that they reminded them of the Guineas or that they reminded them of the Ethiopians? Why would they say that?
Why would they say that? They would say that because they didn't have a comprehensive theory.
What's this shit, man?
It's the same shit we doing now.
No, listen, hey, Vino, listen, bro. I want you to know that just because white people came in and called everybody black, that don't mean he was right. It was wrong as 2 left feet.
They didn't call everybody that.
Anybody that was up, go ahead, Street Sufi.
I'm sorry I dropped off. I was just gonna say Christopher Columbus also thought he was in India.
Fact.
Man. And also we have
say that.
And they talked about in the letters how the people were dark with horse hair. They were dark with horse hair. Also, Paleolithic humans.
Horse
like
hair.
Ancient year.
They say it was straight like horsehair.
Yeah, it was straight like horsehair.
Go back to the horsehair. What?
No, they said it was straight like horsehair.
Dark.
Don't
they
get
were
too
dark
off.
or copper tone with straight hair like horses. That's what they said. That's Ederlocus mutation. And another thing, Paleolithic humans, like if you go like to ancient Europe, they're gonna have robust features, dark skin, big noses, all that. That was common. So when you look up, like he brought up Lucia, and when they sequenced the Lunga Santa people that was next to Lucia, all of the DNA matches with American Indians. So the robustity that you seen was a continuity of an early human population that kept a remnant of what people should have had when they first crossed over here. Had nothing to do with being African.
True.
So big nose and big lips is racist.
Also,
Look,
let's
when they
speak to
bring
the
up the
specific
Lucia,
source. Hold on,
all
hold on,
they
hold on
do
one
is
second.
they use the lookership when they bring up the Lucia. They don't
Right.
go into the science. They only say, "Oh, they said she looked like this, she looked like that."
So
We
let me
can
say
go and
this.
walk around right now,
So
and you can walk around and find somebody that's dark skinned that
hold
you
on,
would think
Kim
is a
Netchie,
Black American. He'll be Indian or
Kim
something
Netchie,
else.
Kim Netchie,
Yep.
can we all agree, yo, it is far much easier to use lookership than the shit we
Oh
actually
yeah, and that's how you can go wrong
Hold
so
on, wait.
easy.
So you know we want to bridge that gap right there. That's what we want to bridge the gap between the easy lookership and what it really is.
Let's talk about one of the lookers that was cited here this afternoon. Kim Netter, I think you brought up the name Bartolomé de las Casas, right? Here's another reason why we know that he wasn't talking about Africans specifically. Because in less than 10 years after his first voyage to the New World in 1502 to Hispaniola, he is principal in recommending that Africans be brought in to replace Native Americans who are already dying out. So he knew the difference. The guy you said
But they don't be
translated
going
Columbus.
into those. They don't
He
go
was
into
the
that.
guy.
They get the description and they run off with it. They don't. That's it.
Bartolomé de las Casas is noted by everyone to have made the recommendation that the native populations are dying out. So we need to bring in Africans to replace them. He's the
And
one
he
who's
admitted
blamed
himself that
starting the
he
whole
wrote the
process of
journal.
African slavery.
Well, y'all know y'all gonna have to get that. That's Kim and Supreme Law. Y'all gonna have to get that.
Oh, I can send it. I can send you the reference of it right now, and then you just gonna have to pull it up on the screen.
Okay, send that to me. Put it in the deck chat. Y'all got to get that.
Let me go. Let me do my
can I close out?
Go ahead, top flight. Go ahead.
I want to close out because I got to get ready to roll.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Let you close out, bro.
I want to say thank y'all for letting me up first and foremost. And second of all, what I want to say is, let's just say y'all are correct, right? Let's go with what y'all saying.
That's what the science says. It's not
no problem.
Yeah, science says that.
No problem.
Which is full of black.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not a fan of lookership. I'm not a big fan of lookership.
All right.
That's just because again, this part really doesn't concern me.
Okay.
I want to say this. If Africans got off the boat, they had an ethnogenesis.
Yeah.
They would still be considered foundational Black Americans. Point blank period. They're foundational to this land. They're Black and they're American. That's all I give a fuck about. All this ancient shit, it don't concern me, dog. It doesn't matter to me. That's the first thing. Second thing, my brother Cedric, I would never go to your homeland and tell you what you aren't and what you are. This is the primary reason why we're delineating. You don't have room in this conversation to talk about my lineage, whether you agree with it or not. You understand? We don't do that shit. We don't go over to your homeland and say y'all not this, y'all not that. I would appreciate if you put a little more respect.
Gloves off time, Unc?
You did?
Can I take the gloves off now, Unc?
Why? I didn't get disrespectful.
Can I take the gloves off now? I don't need to get disrespectful to take the glove off.
Go ahead.
When you say the most ignorant things, when the ignorance come out of your mouth.
What did I say that was ignorant? What did I say that was?
I agree. He didn't say nothing disrespectful, but you can go in on information.
Foundational Black American lineage.
I did. Oh, you're a Black American now, so we agree. So then there's no dispute. But the FBA is pseudo, and I'm not going to reference you as an FBA. So now, if you think I'm coming,
it doesn't matter what you say.
About your lineage,
worry about your homeland.
About the use
worry
of
about where
the
you
English
from,
language. I never said anything about your lineage because I don't know your mama, your daddy, your granddaddy, your cousins, or your uncles. So I can never speak about your lineage. This conversation is a scientific conversation, and you supposed to be man enough to have a scientific conversation because that scientific
I have it with other Black Americans. I have it with other Black Americans.
Well, then why are you arguing with me? I called you a Black American.
I said what I said. I'm not
African American. I said you're an African American. I would not use pseudo terms nowhere. I would not go to China and call a Chinese person a Chino because that's a derogatory term. So I would not use terms.
Let me ask you a question.
Pseudo. So you're not an FBA. I'm not going to take a pseudo term in my mouth.
Okay.
What you're not going to do, you're not going to decide which conversations I can entertain because I'm having a scientific.
Let me ask you a question.
Now you are becoming everything you hate. You are becoming just as racist and discriminatory as the European that is discriminating against you. And my brother, I'm sitting in my living room in my own country. So I'm not a threat by any stretch of the imagination.
Let me ask you a question, Cedric.
Don't ask me nothing.
Let me ask you a question.
Over.
Let me ask
Don't
you a
ask
question.
me nothing. I said what I said. Don't ask me nothing. Remember, you said I'm not having
That's
no place
that tether attitude right
so
there.
don't ask me any more
questions. That's that tether shit right there.
Hold on. Everybody stop.
Let me ask.
No, hold on.
Ask him for me.
Hold on.
Foundational?
Hold on. Wait for a minute.
Hold on for a minute.
Here's the point. Here's the point. If he's addressing the conversation in scientific terms, yo.
Nope, he wasn't. He was disrespectful.
No, he wasn't.
He was. He said FBA is pseudo.
It is pseudo.
It is pseudo. Being foundational is pseudo.
No, listen.
Yes, it's pseudo.
No, listen.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Listen. Come on, yo. We can't.
Your mama's a nigga.
No, yo, really?
Come on, man.
Hey.
American shit.
We doing Look, we doing see that y'all prove, y'all prove y'all from the same tribe, right there.
Hey, man, look, I put the primary in the back, man, so you can pull it up.
Can do no wrong over this motherfucker.
I put the primary in the back so you can see it right there.
Hey, minute, y'all just prove y'all from the same tribe. Your mother.
Hey, I put the primary in the back, man. You can look up the name right there, man, and you can pull up that source that I just dropped in the back.
No, man, y'all funny as shit. Y'all funny.
I got roll, man. Peace. I appreciate y'all.
Hey, I appreciate the conversation, man.
Bro, from the FBA hate group.
Yeah. y'all can't throw shots. As long as they stop calling me a damn Pan-African, yo, I'm all right. Y'all got
don't call me no damn FBA. I ain't none of that. I'm African American.
I'm an African American, yo.
And I'm proud of it.
Gullah, 3 part of 3 the hard way. Right.
Hey, if you want to pull up that primary, though, I put it in the back with Delicate's show. That's the journey he wrote.
If I put it in the thing, it's gonna give it to me. All right, let me see. Y'all funny. That's hilarious. Y'all start saying your mother. Y'all gotta stop that. Boy, black men in America is funny as hell. Oh hell no, yo. Y'all crazy.
This identity crisis, man.
Yeah, I dropped a link in the back as well. So
Bartholomew, hold on, let me see. Cause this one ain't.
Yeah, these dudes wild, bro.
We're using
they don't even understand. They don't even understand basic history of the transatlantic slave trade. Period. I can just tell by that conversation point.
Yeah, and then we using eyewitness accounts in science. Like, stop it, man.
Yeah, it take a little bit.
Eyewitness accounts is the lowest. It's the most
But y'all
unreliable.
don't have the bones of the people that they seen, so your scientific experiment don't mean nothing.
Hold on, let's address that. Gozy, I want you to address the fact, either you or Gullah, he keeps saying we don't got the bones. How's that making sense to the conversation?
We got the bones.
And if you got the bones, you would have to use science to determine what the bones is. That's the irony of it.
Y'all don't have the bones of the people that they found, that the people that they said that they saw. Y'all don't have the people that said that they found that
use science to analyze the bones.
Everybody stop right there. No, we cannot hear. Wait, what the hell bones are we talking about?
We talking about down in Panama.
You saying they ain't got no bones? All the people that died down there, yo?
Nah, other people that they found.
Where the bones disappeared?
I'm saying y'all don't have the bones of the people. Y'all don't have the bones of the people that the explorers said that they seen and found before they seen the Pacific Ocean.
So we got dinosaur bones, but we don't got human bones.
That's crazy.
Y'all don't have those bones.
Yes, they do, bro.
Why are you saying it though? Why is he saying?
That's why I said, bro. You got to go do your proper research, man.
Hey,
he's
slow.
He's
slow
because you're not sure about.
If he's talking about them pictures of them Africans on that picture with the curtains in their nose, those are maroons. Those are runaway Africans. There ain't no damn. No, they found black people. Balboa found black people.
Black people.
They thought there was Ethiopian pirates. before any white man seen the Pacific Ocean.
One of those
You
damn
made that up,
Ethiopian
bro.
pirates. Get the fuck out of here. You made that bullshit
That's
up.
what
Why the
they
fuck was some
said.
why the fuck was some horn
That's
why
the
the fuck was some
relationship.
horned Africans?
It's factual.
Y'all gonna stop
Why
cussing.
was some horners be in the damn planet in the Pacific Ocean? That don't make no damn
Y'all
sense.
gonna definitely
Yeah,
stop cussing.
but that was their description of them.
Well,
Nah,
you
dog.
definitely gonna learn how to communicate with each
That's
other.
Eyewitness
why
But I
you
account
know
need
again.
y'all ain't got
eyewitness
those
accounts.
bones. So that little scientific experiment y'all talking
Hey,
about is
Vino,
it's them.
It's not a little
Vino.
scientific
So hold
experiment.
on, Vino. If we could show you bones, then what? And then what does that mean, though? You thinking if they got the bones, that's going to change what? They're going to be Homo sapien bones. So you think you can identify a race by bones? You can't even identify a race by DNA. Did you know that? I'm going to say it again. You cannot
Right.
identify a race through bones, and you cannot identify a race through DNA. Why? Because race is a social construct.
Right.
Okay, so get that straight. So the bones gonna be Homo sapien bones, bro. You bugged out. You
Race
doing
is
too much
not a
right
real
now.
thing, bro.
It's not a real thing, yo. No,
100%.
So
no,
why
no.
That was my
It's a
first
real thing.
comment.
Hold on. It's a
so
real
if race
thing.
is not a real thing, how
No,
they
no,
It's
track
a
no.
real
why
thing
they
No,
tracking
socially.
no, let
migration?
me
Why
take that
Socially.
back. No.
Right.
In terms of science, in terms of understanding Homo sapiens, right? There is no line you can draw and
It's
say
only
that's a
one
different
race.
race. But from a social construct, motherfuckers got
Right.
enslaved by the
Right.
millions. They got racially profiled in America on a regular basis. People lost their lives, and it was part of the largest forced migration, which brings us to this conversation today. So yes, race is real to everybody that was getting Jim Crowed up and hung. So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying in this conversation, right, it's not real. You cannot say they ain't got the bones. That's crazy because the bones won't tell you your race. That's all I'm saying, bro. You just got to do a little more studying on that.
A
So
lot
half
more
these dudes
study.
don't even got a passport to even go
So
to
whenever they
Panama.
talk about the
Come on from what
haplogroup,
they found in Panama, yo.
Haplogroups are not racist.
Yeah, they not
okay,
racist.
so what do they describe the people, right? In the migration of those people, right?
No, they describe
They describe regions.
regions of people.
You say reasons of people?
Regions of people. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Regions and migration routes, bro.
Region,
Right.
Haplogroups are sex
migration,
go
chromosomes. That's it. They just your sex
migration, and
chromosomes.
mixture.
yep, and
And
they
certain
their
markers
theory is
develop in
the
certain
migration,
regions.
right?
That's it. That's it. Yes, they migrate. They went to different directions. They develop in certain regions. They develop in certain regions and migrated. So it tells a migrational pattern as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
That's just
but
like the people
And
who
Tom,
migrated. Let me say something. It's just like the people who migrated to America, right? When they migrated here from Asia, they was here by themselves, bro, and isolated.
yep,
Yep.
founder effect.
Right.
explain some
So that's how
so
they
is
knew
y'all
exactly what
so
they
is
were
y'all
going
telling
for.
me hold on, but so is y'all telling me that
No.
Eskimos traveled
We
down
want to
to
stop. No, we want to
Panama and
stop.
South
Hold on,
America
bro.
and
You need
became
to
black
stop.
people?
No, you got to
No, they
stop.
was not. They're
No.
not black
Everybody
people. That's
stop
where
for
you
a minute.
wrong. They not
Look,
black people.
hey, listen, everybody stop. We had a word introduced to the conversation. The word is founder effect.
Right.
So I want to ask I don't want to ask the scientific illiterate people. I'm gonna have to ask you. I'm gonna ask you, Vino. Do you know what the founder effect is? Do you have an idea? It's in genetics. Do you know what it means? If you don't, that's fine. I just
No.
want to up your game. Okay. So I want to allow Gullah. Gullah, can you explain what a founder effect is? Okay, you're not moving quick enough. He's dead. How about you, Miss Cedric? Do you want to explain what a founder effect is?
Yeah, in the most simplest of terms,
Mhm.
it's like you've always explained the box of crayon. So you have the whole box of crayon. It has 52 colors. Out of that 52 colors, you can get the widest variety of shades because you have all 52 crayons in that box. Now you take 15 crayons out of that box, you move the box away. Now you only have those 15 crayons. Those 15 crayons are going to give you a much smaller palette of colors variation because it has been extracted from the 52. The founder effect, it says that out of the larger population, a small group leaves, which constitute for a select genetic profile, and that select genetic profile becomes the major genetic profile in the population that was established. So now you can actually trace where this new population comes from or comes out of.
Mm-hmm. Founder effect. Yep, founder. You find.
He said it clear, and it said just straight to the point. A smaller group, or a new population, or a small group come from a larger group, and they set the tone for whatever thing that's going on and what they found. So the smaller group branches off from the larger group, goes into the new setting, and create their own pockets of diversity here from the larger group that they come from. It's just that simple.
I would like to add the North African population to the founder effect with basal N. It is a result of a founder effect where that population gets isolated, right? That will be considered a founder effect. So that North African population that broke away from that Saharan population, right? It developed its own unique marker, basal N. That would be considered the founder effect. Am I right or wrong, Gullah and Street Sufi? Am I there? Where we at? All right, dang answer. So I got the
you on
right.
point. You on point, bro. You on point,
That's
bro.
right. That's absolutely right.
All right. So I got the map up, but I'm not the map. Bartholomew. Does anybody want to talk about where you at? Where you at? That's y'all Bartholomew. Where you want me to find Bartholomew? Where you want me to read at?
Oh, hold up. Is this the document that I put in the back?
Well, there's somebody document. Bartholomew. What we trying to find out? Isabella.
No, he's a guy who he was a what do you call it in the Catholic terms? He was a priest high up in the Catholic order in Spain. Again, this was Spain. That was it wasn't even Spain yet, but it was a military formation of Catholics trying to put together the Holy Roman Empire again, right? So that's who he was. But anyway, he traveled to the New World in 1503. And he was in maybe the second or third voyage to the New World. He was basically there on on business from the Catholic Church to make official what Columbus had done, right? Which is discover what he thought was a Western passage, right? But that's just the beginning of the way he shows up in history. He makes another trip, right? And on his second trip, he observes that the Native Americans have that he encountered on Hispaniola, by the way, which is the island that is today Haiti and was it Dominican Republic? Mm-hmm. That they seem to be dying out, right? Now, by that point, the Spanish had already tried to turn them into slaves, right? Working, to mine and find gold on the island. That's the whole reason the Spanish were there, because Columbus, who showed up in the Bahamas, was recommended by the Arawaks there that there was gold on this island. So anyway, he's going down there and observing how the Spanish are mistreating the slaves, who at that time are Native Americans, right? But they're dying out at too fast a number, and not merely by means of brutality. He notices that they're just dying out from a plethora of reasons: overwork, malnutrition,
diseases,
and disease. And
the main reason was diseases.
Well, but at the time when he's writing, though, he didn't know that was the main reason. Right. Later on, that now we know. But anyway, so because of the mortality,
y'all making up history now.
Okay, let me make it up a little bit more then, and then you can go verify if I'm right or wrong. Okay. When he comes back to the Pope, he delivers the report that I put in the back chat, which is supposed to go straight to the Pope, who's the authority over this project of reconstituting Rome, right? Which is the Holy Roman Empire at the time. So in the report, he says basically, and I'm summarizing, if we want to make these territories into wealth-producing regions, we have to replace the enslaved labor force, which is dying out too quickly. I know where we can get them. We're going to go to West Africa. The Portuguese have already shown that this can occur, because the Portuguese had already started a business with Brazil or what will become Brazil and Portugal. Let's replicate their model, and let's get into the market of acquiring cheap labor from Africa. That's the way they view the Africans. And that's it. So that's a little bit of the context for this report that he gives, and I think it was 1516. I'm not looking at it right now, but yeah, right after a couple trips, he makes this recommendation among others. So now you can call it pseudo if you want right now, because it may be hurting your feelings, but I would recommend that despite your feelings, you go and see if my summation is at least a little bit correct.
It still don't take away from the fact that they found black people.
No,
Oh my God.
Here's what he said. This is what he said. La Casa frequently described indigenous people of the Caribbean as brown skin or light copper color. That's ellos son de color padro. All right. Goes on. The translation is they are brown color tending towards an olive tone. Okay. It says this matches what modern bioanthropology recognizes as the Algoet people. Okay. Medium brown skin with a range shaped by tropical adaptation. Keyword that adaptation.
Right.
We'll get to that later on. They adapted to their damn environment.
Exactly.
He did not describe them as black or as Europeans. It say he constantly positioned their complexion as distinct from both. I think that's an important part right there. It say the hair texture grooming. La Casa gives repeated reference to the hair. El Caballo, El Negro, Griso, Lago. Translation, their hair is black, thick, and long. Additionally, observation, strength slightly wavy, worn long, both men and women, often adorned with feathers and cotton braids. No mention, it says no mention appears of Afro-textured hair in the population, which aligns with known pre-contact Caribbean population biology, body, build, and height. They go into all that. So I'm saying, trying to figure out, like he ain't saying they was Africans. So why? I don't know why y'all on that like that.
Yeah,
let me just add a little caveat.
Yeah, it's not
the
fair.
fact that the world was split down the middle based on the papal bull. The
Treaty of Tordesillas.
So the bishops, they knew of both relationships because they were centralized via Rome. However, the Spanish ruled the New World, and they did not predominantly come to the Americas. They stayed in the Caribbean, and the Portuguese had the Old World, which was Africa, which was the African coast, and
the African Brazil.
Yes, everything the brother just said was factual. We get that as part of our historical curriculum in the Caribbean because we get European history. So the Dutch are proud to tell these stories as part of their glory and heyday. So this is exactly the history that we get. Columbus didn't talk about Africans. He talked about the natives having copper skin and hair like the manes of horses.
Before the first white man seen the Pacific Ocean, he found black people and they described the people as West Africans. Said people look like the people from Guinea. People look like the people from Ethiopia.
You talking about Maroons, bro?
What time
period
they found the people. They wasn't brought over there.
The people are called the Mosquito Indians.
What time period?
Today they're called the mosquitoes. But listen, but the point is this, dude. This is why De Las Casas is so critical. If you want to use eyewitness accounts, you cannot go around De Las Casas. And the reason De Las Casas
they wasn't down in Panama at the time.
It don't matter where they were. Listen to what I'm saying.
Everybody freeze. Let's play the clip. And then
I'm out. Good show, man. Keep educating these brothers, man. Hopefully you bring them in.
You got a closing statement before you go, brother?
No, man, no closing statement. Just this is important work, man. And ultimately, you don't have to come and let Ankh educate you. You can educate yourself. Even if you think everything that's being said is pseudo, do yourself a favor and go research and go read, and then enroll in a class or two so that you can argue with the professor and argue with other students who have similar questions. And this is how you build knowledge. This is not just about, what you want to believe. I was like you once. At one point, I wanted to believe. Listen, I wanted to believe Ivan Van Sertima's They Came Before Columbus. I love that book, right? And I hope that everything he had in that is, he said that he's asserting in there is true. But you need to go research how Van Sertima's theories, They Came Before Columbus, which is what you're referring to with this Panama Balboa thing, have been challenged and scrutinized. If you do that in good faith, bro, you will grow, not just in knowledge, but in how you think. And you are my brother, whether you call yourself FBA, African American, or whatever, whether you call me a tether, I'm Tether Supreme Allah. So you are my brother, whether you like me or not. Peace to you.
Yes, sir. Peace, brother.
Shit. All right, here go the clip.
Oh, man.
Supreme Allah.
Foundational Black Americans, our lineage goes back to this land longer than any group. Our shit goes back thousands and thousands of years to the Folsom people. There have been Black Aboriginal people on this land for thousands, if not probably millions of years, but we know thousands of years. There have been Black people who are Aboriginal on this land. Our lineage comes from that as well as the brothers and sisters from the diaspora who came here.
Is Tariq correct? Have we really been here thousands of years? Black is not an ethnic group. Black is a color. Australian Aboriginals are black in the sense that they have dark skin. You could argue that Native Americans are black, being that they are also dark-skinned people, but Tariq isn't referring to these natives. Tariq believes African American descendants of slaves are indigenous to this land. Tariq mentions the Folsom people.
Okay, yeah, wild. And that's a narrative that everybody keeps running with. Chalimbe, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Pseudo Killer Official, man. What's on your mind?
Oh man, I'm enjoying the show, listening to these wild folks do what they do. Give me a few minutes. I got something I want to say.
Okay. Right now, or give you a few, or give you a second?
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Okay. All right.
What I wanted to say, Unc, is, man, the people that claim FBA, it's not all of them, but the ones that claim they have no African ancestry is the ones that I feel like is the worst ones of them all. Because then, if you claim you have no African ancestry and that you're native to America and that we always been here, then you can't trace your genealogic. I mean, your DNA back to Africa. Then you are a whole separate species of human. Y'all not even, y'all is something whole different than nobody else on earth is, because everybody else can trace their shit back to Africa. So if y'all,
But that don't mean that we came on a slave boat.
don't let me finish.
You did, bro.
Can I finish? If y'all always been here and y'all not connected to Africa, no way, then y'all got to show us y'all origin of y'all mankind.
Yeah, like I said, even if you didn't come on a boat, like I say all the time, West and Central Africa was an Iron Age civilization. There wasn't no damn iron over here when the Europeans came. You know what I'm saying? So how you gonna explain that?
Yeah, there was Iron Age civilization. One of the earliest cultures to smoke iron is in West Africa. That's for damn sure.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, we explained it with the morals that they have that's going back to the 800 BC, up to 300 AD with the Temple of Warriors.
The what?
And the Mayans.
The what? What?
Yeah, they got a mural. They got a mural.
Of
the Temple of the Warriors.
Where is that? Where is that?
In the Yucatan area.
What's on it?
What, Guatemala? It's in Guatemala?
Nah. I mean, I don't know if it's Guatemala, but it's in the Yucatan area.
Temple
that's where the Mayans are in Guatemala. It's even modern day Mayans that still speak the Mayan language in Guatemala today. They don't look nothing like you.
No, I'm saying, but it's still black people down there also.
I work with a couple of them. I work with a couple of them, bro. They don't look nothing like you.
There's black people down there also.
Nah, we're gonna show it.
Yeah, because they came in through the slave trade, through the Spanish trade, slave trade. That's why they got that.
No, it's a moral from 800 BC to.
We got it.
Okay, let's bring it up.
Let's show it.
Look, and if it's from 800, you already know enslaved Africans was already here by then.
He don't know the time periods.
Oh my God.
Yeah, even to the 1800s.
My favorite shit.
All right.
Brooklyn Museum. Reproduction of murals from the Temple of the Warriors. Let's make it bigger. Let's see.
Yeah, that ain't the one.
Nigga, that is it. It's a real
Now
one.
that ain't the one. I'm talking about the one where they we got the white dudes by the on the rope and they on the walking them.
Right here.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Them is not black
Yeah.
people, bro.
Yeah, they got.
Yeah, them ain't. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got.
Them is,
Hold
them
on,
is,
hold on,
them is
wait.
Native
They
Americans,
painted.
bro.
Yo, you do know they. Hold on. Damn, what happened to this? Right here, right?
Yeah, this must say the Dan. It says this is made by the Danish, yo. The Danish came way late, bro.
Once you click the picture, you scroll back up to the top to make it bigger.
Right here. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, let's scroll down.
All right, let's go down. Let's go down. There you go.
You see him?
Here we scroll down. Look, this is what you're talking about. They with the rope.
Yep.
All right. So you see, they got a white face. So that their body must be painted too. You know they painted their bodies. Look, see the face?
Yeah, not all of them.
No,
So
you see that though?
saying you one of them people?
Whoa. No. I'm saying you do see that though, right?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So they it's the special learn some of their ceremony. They painted themselves black for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
the
get
Aztecs did all the time.
Yeah, don't
All
get
the time. They use dark brown, red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of
All
their
types of
ceremony.
colors, man.
That's why I'm saying, man, y'all gotta stop using looker shit.
I'm trying to tell you.
You gotta stop it.
I got you, yo. They
Hold on. So y'all telling me that the people that Balboa said that they had on paint. He didn't say they had on paint or none of that. He said that they reminded him of the people from Guinea and Ethiopia.
Ship. I
But
don't
man,
No,
care
he
what
said
he said.
that's the
Guinea.
part they can't get
They said
around.
Guinea. This is West Africa.
No, yo, we looking at it.
Let me say
You
something.
told
Okay,
us,
yeah,
hold on,
yeah,
you say the ones with the ropes. You
yeah.
said
Okay,
it.
so right there, zoom in on the right. Zoom in on the right. The ones on the right ain't got the white faces.
I
And
know.
those are the ones that's completely painted.
Yeah, they computer.
No, man, no. But them is the black ones. The
Nah,
people's already said that it was
Relax.
3 different races.
No.
So what about the dude in the middle that looked gray? What about him? He looked gray.
I'm saying, but these is what your teachers is telling you.
No,
No,
man.
what
You know
teachers?
that
What
bringing up
teachers?
what you told
You
us to bring
lying,
up.
bro. You ain't go to stop lying. You ain't go to no damn school. I can tell the way you talk. You talk.
No
You
school.
never went to school.
Oh man.
And no school told you this.
I ain't trying to make fun of them, yo. I'm just saying, yo,
That's
we at
up,
the
man.
museum. You can see they painted their bodies with the black paint, and then they got their face exposed.
It still
Some
don't
of them
take away
paint their
from
whole bodies, but that's part of their ritual. Yo, all you gotta do is take your time and look that up.
Hey,
Like,
this
come
the
on,
same
man. You
shit they
can't
do with
do
the
that, yo.
Egyptians.
Yeah, that's not fair. Yeah, that's the same shit, dude. That's not
This
right.
is the same shit.
Yeah, that's not right. Y'all gotta stop that.
You gotta
Yeah,
stop.
that ain't fair
Bro.
right there, yo. Like, goddamn, we can see it. Here, go look.
That one's an Egyptian mummy.
Look, we can see
Right,
it.
This
right,
definitely
right.
ain't the same thing that they doing with the Kemetic people. This some
It
whole
is doing the same thing, yo.
It's
You
the
just
same
don't want to
thing.
admit it, yo.
Y'all keep using looker shit.
not even.
Look, it's right here.
I mean,
Look
but
at
yes,
his face, man.
Come
That's
on,
So that's a black man.
it still
that's
it
a
still don't
latino,
it
bro.
still
Stop
it
it,
still don't take away what they seen with their own eyes when they came
bro.
over here.
Eyewitness
It
Look at
takes
this.
accounts
all
Look,
of
are
it
they paint
away.
their
unreliable.
face, yo. Look, we
It takes all of it away when you actually do the research and you find out that they painted themselves. It takes all of it away.
No, it don't, because in the research it would have said these is people that was painted.
They say
It
that.
wouldn't have
They
said
didn't say it.
it wouldn't have said
There's
that it
a white
reminded
man
them of
who's white.
people that's Guinea looking or
So that means
Ethiopian
the
looking.
white
It
man is
wouldn't have
white.
said that.
Well,
I
listen,
would like
Stop
to
it.
bro.
stay on the
Even
plane.
if he said that, he wrong.
Nah, he ain't wrong. Stop it.
I,
You wrong for saying that a scientific experiment in the
no.
It's not a
2000s
scientific
and
experiment.
y'all don't even have the
You
bones.
don't even know what a
Y'all don't
scientific
even have the
experiment
bones of the
is.
people that they seen. Yeah, those are the black
Eyewitness
people. You
accounts is
avoiding the
not
black people though.
scientific,
But
bruh.
Bro, they don't
then
need
why
the
you
You
bones.
avoiding
gotta
You
the
go
still
black
back
got
to
people?
living.
Huh?
school, bro. I'm sorry.
You're
Them people.
avoiding the
Them
black
people.
people.
You don't need no bones. You still got living people living today in Guatemala and them areas today. That's still the
Right.
descendants of them people
Right.
that
They
speak
share
Spanish
the
today.
DNA. Facts.
Yeah, it still don't take away from the fact that they
Oh
found
my
some black people
Oh
God.
my God,
and they
bro.
found the black village.
Ain't
And these
no
people
black
wasn't
village.
wasn't speaking Spanish. They were speaking the native language.
Shit is crazy.
What
Yeah.
language was
What
they
was the
speaking?
language? What? Yeah, what language was that?
It wasn't Spanish.
Oh
Okay,
my
what was the
God. Why
language?
you can't say
It
that
wasn't
either?
Spanish.
Okay, what
Because
was
if
the
they was
language?
because if they was black runaways, they would have been Latinos speaking Spanish.
I'm just trying to
What
show
was
some
the
love.
language?
Hold on. So we got another picture here. We got the Mayans. Here you go. That shit is painted. All right.
You ain't gonna go to the
Yeah.
bottom part,
Man,
Miros.
yo, here you go. I went to the
Yeah.
one you said go to. Come on, bro.
I
Here
mean,
it goes
because
again.
that's
They
going
painted,
back.
look.
Because
Man,
that's
face is painted, yo.
Yep. And just because
Look,
they
feet is
runaways
white.
don't
Feet is
mean that
white.
they will be
Look, can y'all see
speaking
it?
Spanish, yo.
Can y'all see that, yo? They
Yeah,
feet
we see
white.
him
Yeah.
using different multicolored paints right
Yo,
here.
do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? The man feet is white, yo.
Ain't
Come
none of them
on,
black
man.
people.
So this
Yeah.
is that black. I remember I got tricked by that man. Say, look at the feet one day. I got embarrassed. I say, damn.
yeah,
Hey,
that
yo,
don't take away
I
from
did
the
a
fact
whole
that they
show.
got Burrows
Hey,
of
look,
black people
I ain't
down
mad
there.
at you, bro. I did
Bruh,
a whole
stop,
show
bruh.
talking shit
You
one
not
day,
an
yo. Look and
Indian,
say, look
bruh.
at the
Stop.
feet. I said, oh shit, they got me.
I don't understand,
Hey,
man.
at
Why
least you
y'all
can
want to be
admit it, Unc.
everything
At
but
least you
Yeah, I
can
can
African
admit
admit it,
it.
yo.
American?
You gotta admit that shit. Look, man,
Why
come on,
y'all want
yo.
to be everything but African American, man?
It ain't that, yo. They
I
just
mean,
got
about the FBA, y'all hating on the reparations.
Oh,
So let's
we
get to the
ain't. You
reparations
ain't even
Why
because
we
want
yeah,
to
hating
let's
even
get
on
talk
on
the
about
that.
reparations.
yeah,
reparations?
let's get to the reparations because but they found the black people. Y'all can't deny that.
Ain't
They
no.
found
Yes,
a
we
We
what?
just
can deny
showed
it.
you
Ain't no
that.
black
We
people.
Yeah,
just
they
showed
found
you
the
that.
black people over here and they been finding. They
There's
just
no
been
black
putting
people over
and they
Hey,
here.
yo,
just
look
been
at that
putting the
feet.
Stop.
Look at
label of
that feet.
maroon on the people to justify of enslaving them. That's
The
it.
Stop it,
people that
bro.
was
Stop.
in the Maroons was runaway and enslaved Africans. What are you
Oh
talking
man,
about?
That's
these
what
is people
maroon
that they
mean.
didn't even
What
Maroon
bring
are
over
you
mean
here first.
talking
They
runaway.
about,
just
bro?
found
You
the Pacific Ocean.
sound
What you talking
crazy.
about? They ain't even been over there yet.
You just
Okay,
sound
wait,
crazy.
listen. Okay, if you saying it was black people, how did they get here?
Hell no. He just
He's
hope.
saying they was always here. That's the problem.
Wait. This is an important question. If you saying it was black people here before Native Americans, how did they get here and where did they come from?
I don't know how they got here, but the fact
Oh
Okay,
my
well
is,
then you need to be
God.
nah,
quiet.
that don't take away from the fact that they was found
No,
All
If
but
you
right.
how
don't
did
know
they
how they
before
get
the
got
white
here,
here?
man.
what
Before
you,
the white man
what
was
you
even over
adding?
here,
How
If
did
you
the
they
don't
get
know
white
how they,
man
here?
is
if you
in
don't know how they
exploring and
got
he's
here,
still
how did you get
discovering during
rid
his
of
time.
them?
They ain't even
Time
seen
out,
the
bro.
Use
You
more
gotta
no, but
stuff than
they
listen what I'm
haven't even
asking
seen the
you.
Yeah.
Pacific Ocean at the time. What you talking about?
Y'all
Wait,
want state stuff come
answer what
stupid. The
what I'm
information right in
asking
front
you.
of you, you're denying what we're doing here. So you don't want to grow. At which point I'm
Right.
gonna just call you stupid.
No,
Man,
No, don't do
y'all
that. Don't
went
do
back
that.
to
I'm
the
with you,
ancient
Cedric.
time. We
I'm
can
with
get to
you.
the FBA because I don't know why y'all hating on
There
us
is no
trying to get
FBA, bro. That's
reparations
the
and
internet
saying, hold
agency.
on, we should be in front. If
hey,
any
We
reparations gonna
not
be getting
look, we not
drafted down to
hating on
anybody,
You
look,
ain't
we
gonna
we
not
get
should
no
be in
hating on
front
no
reparations
getting
because
black
you
that
said
hey,
you
we
because of
can't
this,
already
talk
because of
over
this,
each
ruled.
other,
because of
though.
that.
We can't talk
Look,
Y'all
over
we
each
not
saying,
other.
hating
well,
on
Hold
no
well,
on.
black
why y'all running
Americans
away from
living
your
up in
culture?
Haiti,
Like,
man.
what
Listen,
they got to do with
our
anything?
We
culture is
not
not
hating
Native
on
American.
no black
It ain't
Americans
got
living
done.
up in
It's
Haiti.
black people in
Stop that.
America,
Hey,
Can
listen,
and
y'all
it's
hear
all
me?
you're not gonna
intertwined.
get reparations because the Native Americans already got their reparations.
Yeah, you're gonna be messed
And
up.
the FBA
You're
is
gonna
not a
miss
Nah,
out
but
on
they,
that,
recognized,
brother.
and the
nah, but they
FBA is
ain't.
not a
Nah,
recognized
nah, but they
organization.
ain't.
They
Divided the money
reparations
correctly.
too.
Can
They
y'all hear me?
pay
Yes, we
reparations
can.
to FBA. Y'all not even an organized organization that's recognized. How could
We
Right.
y'all
It's
do
growing.
that?
the
All
We
right,
FBA is an
everybody
growing.
internet
freeze. Let me
hate
let
group.
Chilembe get in here. Go ahead, Chilembe. What's going on?
So I have an image of an individual as my icon, and that's Taj Tariq Bey. I selected him specifically because this has been an ongoing conversation in the Black community for quite some time. And it's super pseudo with the nonsense.
Oh
And
snap!
so I get frustrated at times because people just don't understand history and the methods involved in it. Right? We've done a few shows on here, and ultimately, I have to say that African Americans, Black Americans, have a serious mental problem.
Mm,
We have a condition in which we quickly grasp hold on somebody else's identity because we feel as though we don't have our own, or
mhm,
somehow or another our own isn't sufficient enough to
mm,
carry us through, as if the cultures that we develop and our ancestry is insufficient as a people. So you'll have people talking about, I'm not African American, we really Moors, we
They
Hebrew
afraid to say they
Israelites,
connected to enslaved
we
Africans.
yeah, we more, you got some that's running around talking about all types of stuff. We the original Native Americans. We
Crazy
came
work.
from
Hebrew
Turtle Island.
Israelites.
All that stuff is just a continuation of fantasy because you can't accept what the history has shown. And if you knew the dynamics of the history, how African Americans fought for full body autonomy and the history of our struggle and our successes, as well as some of our failures, you wouldn't have that problem. So it's ultimately based in ignorance, right? Ignorance that was placed by white supremacy over the course of decades, even centuries, in which they said West Africans didn't have anything to contribute to humanity. And from that thought, we have been fighting this identity crisis, saying we're not associated with them. Go listen to the early African Americans, Christians talk about West Africa. Listen to what they're saying. So it's been
Yeah,
ingrained in us. So now we're having this conversation with the FBA, where yes, some of us may have came from a slave ship, which most of them don't openly acknowledge that they are part of. Two, we've always been here, and how they tricked us out of our land. You know, it wasn't. If you understand the history, it wasn't any trickery going on. They just whipped their asses. They
Pretty
did
much.
what they
yeah.
did when they got
They
here.
ain't
They
need
had
to.
guns, right? They had guns, and they said, "This is ours." And
Well, I
though we
gotta push
fought
back
back
a
at
little bit.
times,
It was some trickery because they tricked them into signing the land over, even though they ain't own it
No,
and
they
they
everything.
didn't.
didn't,
They
bro.
didn't.
No,
They
they didn't,
didn't.
bro.
That's what I'm. No, it wasn't no
Let me say
trickery.
something.
You
They
didn't have
saying,
to
when they
how
do no
can y'all?
arrived
trickery.
I'm
here,
saying, how can y'all be pro-black but y'all not second guessing racist historians?
Oh man, you
Bro,
can.
because
we're
black
not
Man, you
historians,
using
crazy.
racist
because black
historians.
Oh
historians,
shoot.
My
hold on. Black
God.
historians have come in and have analyzed stuff. We can go by our own words. Like we have the
They
records. Like
But
you can read
y'all,
them yourself.
but
But what
y'all
y'all
shitting
do
on the
is
OG Van
look,
Sertima.
So what?
He's
Yeah.
he
wrong.
was
Hey,
wrong.
so what?
He's
Come on,
He
wrong,
was
bro.
man,
wrong.
stop it.
Hey, can I say
And
something to the
Ivan
brother?
Van hold on, Joel. Ivan Van Sertima took it
So
from
what?
wild white people.
Right.
Man, that wasn't even
So
his
y'all
original
tripping.
idea. That's what they don't understand.
Right.
It's not
They
wild white people
he
when they got the primary sources,
That's
just like
not
the
primary.
they
man,
were
just
they
Eyewitness is
like
not
wasn't
Dr.
primary.
you
Dixon
don't
came up there and said that.
Dr.
oh
Dixon is
my
a pseudo.
goodness.
Dr.
Right.
Dixon is a pseudo.
So
So
now y'all
Dr.
Yeah.
y'all disrespecting another doctor that been in the
We're
field
not
for 20
disrespecting him. He
years
got
He's
in
not in
this
that field.
Google
particular
He's
scientific.
not
subject.
in that field, yo.
Come on, man. That's crazy.
First of
Yeah,
all,
all right.
Dr.
Yeah.
Dixon, even from his own claim, he at least acknowledges his speculation, right? So he's not even denying that. Like he's telling you, well, how could this have been? Well, when you say that, then we understand that he's taking a guess. Now you can
yeah.
accept that guess, but what we have to do is compare it to the evidence that counters his. And right now, the overwhelming evidence is he's wrong.
Right.
No, it's not.
Absolutely.
Just
Get
like I
mad,
said,
get
Hey,
your
glad, however you want
scientific
to do it.
experience.
hey,
Yeah,
hey,
okay, whatever.
hey, can I say something real quick before I go back to work? He
No,
up here talking
no.
about.
Which McComb was getting in? No
Not gonna go
Christian.
back to
No,
work.
go ahead. Go ahead,
I just want
Governor.
to say real. I just say real quick. I ain't gonna be long with it. All I'm gonna say is he's talking about Balboa, this and that. The fact is, Balboa actually brought the first Africans to Panama, and they came from Guinea-Bissau. Talking about.
Mm,
Dagger.
what are you talking
You
about?
just died, bro.
Go ahead now, Christian.
Hey, peace to everybody on the panel, man. I
Peace.
missed the daggone show, man.
I know
Dang.
you missed a good one. We ain't arguing each other
Gracious.
no more. We figured
Oh,
it.
that's what's up. That's
Mm,
what's up. I ain't want to argue. Look, man. I heard Kim Netta talking, man, and then, Kim Netta got a point, man.
what's his point?
All right. So Kim Netta said that them folks describe these people
Mm-hmm.
as black, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's legit. They did because these folks worked off of pseudoscientific ideas.
Yeah, there you
Exactly.
go.
So what Kim Netta got to do is find out what did they mean by black, because black didn't just simply mean an African; it meant anybody with a certain skin color.
Right.
No,
And they got
I think you
particular with these
misheard.
people. They say
No,
that
I
the
think
people
you
look like the
misheard what
people
I
of
was saying.
Guinea or
Hold on.
Ethiopia.
Hold on. I think you
Yeah.
All right.
misheard what I was
So,
saying. Miss Kim. What I was
Yeah, he
saying is
ain't say that. Kim ain't say
there
that.
was
Go ahead,
scripture
Kim.
who
that
was that? Who was
showed
that was talking?
that was somebody else. I was totally
That
going
Oh,
was
against
one of
okay,
the pseudos, bro.
yeah. I was totally going against what he was saying. What I was saying that
okay.
Bartholomew wrote, what he rewrote was Christopher Columbus' words. He wrote an abstract. where he extended the few words that did survive from Columbus, where he admit that he put extra words on it and all that old shit.
Right, that's all they knew how to do. Okay, you on point then. That's all.
Yeah.
Look, we at some point, the folks who part of this FBA thing, at some point they got to come to that realization that the folks that they're using as their proof text was overdoing it,
and they
like they
on them every time.
Yeah, look. Here's the thing. 2010, we got this thing called the Genome Project.
Mm-hmm.
So if you dig up bones, so anybody claiming they was here before Columbus, there should be bones. They keep finding bones, and especially you played that clip by Tariq. We've been here thousands of years.
He said
even millions.
He said millions.
And that's why
Millions. Oh snap! Hold up. Let me get it out. Let me get out what I'm saying. I'm gonna be quick. Let me get it out. All right. So millions. All right. That don't make no sense. I'm staying with the thousands.
No damn sense.
All right.
They
So
was here with the dinosaurs.
Hold on. Right. Exactly. So hold on. So long. Thousands of years. So I do want y'all to know this field called archaeology. Y'all do know they got bones, right? Y'all do know they got bones from North America. They got bones. Let me get it out. Let me get it out. They got bones from Central. They got bones from the South. Y'all do know the genome. They done sequenced the DNA of these bones. Y'all do know that, right?
No, they don't. They don't know it.
Okay.
They say they
don't. Look.
They don't.
They might not know it, but here's the real deal. If you're gonna try to make that claim that Tariq is making, because I'm just gonna say 1,000 years, you're gonna find bones, and them bones ain't saying what the FBA folks saying. That's all I wanted to say.
Bro, they don't know what the stratosphere is. They don't know what that. They don't even know what that means.
So I would like to bring an explanation on why. As a matter of fact, when if you read that dark skin article, look, here goes something to get you messed up. Here, let me show you something to get you real messed up right here. This will get you messed up. Look, Peloponnesians. Look, get you here go Moro, the Peloponnesians. To get you messed up right here. Look, sailors, Malaysia, in the Pacific Ocean. Look, and that looking ship will kill you dead, yo.
Man,
looking ship ahead, you looking crazy. Hey, y'all.
That's why I brought up the Polynesians earlier. They was my main example because a lot of people try to use the Polynesians, the Hawaiians, and stuff to say, look, they black. No, they not. That's because y'all don't understand genetic divergence.
But they say that the black people was in those areas before the Asian people even came down. They say the black people was in those areas first.
How can you say
you would find bones? Stop saying that, man. Stop saying that.
Let me just say this.
Nobody said that.
Let me say this real quick. If you found black people there first, the people that you found there that was dark skinned were the ancient Asians because the Polynesians diverged from the Asians.
Right, that's a black person right there.
That's the part y'all
That's
messing
not
up.
a black.
That's a black. That is a black person right there. He is black. He is black.
No, he is not.
If Christopher, you telling me if Christopher Columbus, everybody stop, everybody hold up.
Wait, Joel,
you telling me if Christopher Columbus saw him, he wouldn't call him black?
Yeah, he would, but he would be
Thank
wrong.
you.
Yeah, he'd be wrong.
Thank you.
He'd be
there
wrong,
you go. Okay,
Yeah,
so FBA wrong.
Joel.
FBA wrong. FBA wrong.
I'm telling you, your eyes is lying
Your
to you.
eyes,
But I'm
right.
trying to tell y'all, nigga.
That
your
boy
eyes
right
is
there
lying.
is not African.
Yeah, your eyes is definitely lying to you right there, yo.
Black don't mean African all the time.
Well, that's
black
why they
don't
gotta
mean
stop
African.
using black. That's
Even ain't got no African genetics.
Look, hold on. Look at this. Look. Y'all fall apart right here. Y'all gonna
He black.
Come on,
He
Joel.
black.
You feeding into the bullshit.
Look, see what I'm saying? See, there you go.
He got vitamin on him. This picture right here got vitamin.
Look, your eyes is lying to you. Now, look. I'm trying to tell you. So I don't expect y'all to get it. But yeah, y'all done.
That dude right there is not our ancestor.
No.
FBA say he is. FBA say he is.
I don't give a damn what
profile
FBA
is completely non-African.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall apart on that.
Wait a minute. Who on here FBA? Who on here is holding up the FBA?
Yeah, I'm FBA for sure. Yeah, we know some of
Okay, hey, you riding with me. That guy was black, wasn't he? Wasn't that guy black? He just showed.
No, he's not. That's an Asian.
Why you trying to trap him?
Stop it.
FBA is an internet hate group.
Stop it,
Why you
Cedric.
trying to trap that man?
No, I'm not trying to trap you, bro. We riding together. It's me
Right,
and you.
Joel, go back to
How
work,
we gonna
Joel.
Man, how we gonna fight these dudes, man? Y'all, man, come on.
Okay, so is you telling me
Look at
that
him right
those
here.
Hold up. This the
Unc,
FBA brother.
Wait,
But
wait,
hold up.
wait,
No,
Joel,
stop.
wait.
Let's be
hold on.
serious, y'all.
Hey,
They
Is
listen.
y'all
black,
telling me that
y'all.
those are
Y'all, come on,
Asians?
man. Y'all talking.
Are
Y'all
y'all
Yes,
telling
they
telling
me
me
that
are
they Asian.
Asians. Shit.
are those
No.
Asians?
Yeah, I'm saying.
They was the first
That's
black people from
crazy.
Mali. From what's that
Those is
dude?
not
Abba
Africans,
Hey
bruh.
Cooper
Joe,
ship.
this is my favorite
Wait,
one
wait.
right here, Joe.
Go ahead.
That's crazy.
This is my favorite picture right here, yo.
So why they calling the Greedos?
This is my favorite right here,
Because
yo.
that's another language that's not theirs.
Y'all definitely
And
gonna.
why they call
Right. They didn't
Guinea?
name themselves that, bro.
Like, come
Me
on,
and
you just asked
FBA. Me and
Damn, you
FBA
don't like
riding.
that?
We
naming something.
riding, yo.
You just asked one of the craziest questions. Why they name it something they don't even got in their own language? That's just wild.
Right. They didn't name themselves that, bruh.
That's just wild to see that.
And Africa is not in their own
Oh
language either.
my God, that's wild.
And
Oh,
Africa is
she
not a,
black. She
and
black.
Africa is
She
not an
black.
African language
Africa
either.
is the continent, my
Her
It's
guy.
right
not an
there. She
African
black.
Oh
language.
God, these people.
I'm riding with the
These people.
FBAs, man.
So
It's
Columbus
you
and
not
them
an
look,
knew what
so
they
African
was
so
language.
talking
see
about.
on that
Why
screen,
y'all
them
running
people your
around saying
ancestors.
African?
Wait, listen, bro.
Look
So
at her.
that
She
girl,
black.
wait, Joel, wait. So those
Joel being
people right
funny,
there
gas
is
right
your
now.
Yeah,
that guy
he's
right there.
killing
That's
them.
your ancestor.
Gas
Yeah,
right.
y'all being funny.
Huh? Say it again. Is that
I'm
my
asking you.
ancestor?
I'm not. Wait, let me ask the brother a question. Is these people aren't showing right now? Are any of these people your ancestors?
It's a possibility. Don't nobody
No, they're
know.
not, bro.
No.
Don't
Well, what
nobody
had
know.
happened?
All right, can
What
y'all
had
read
happened
this?
Don't
was.
You are
nobody
nowhere near
know.
What
reading
had
this.
happened
We in
was. I'm just
Come on,
going by
America.
man.
what the
Come on, man.
what the
Stop.
Come on,
Europeans said.
Come
Joel.
on.
Damn.
So
All
you
right.
can read this right here in the Americas. It say relatively dark skin remains amongst the Echuet and other what's this Arctic populations. It's a combination of protein heavy diets and summer snow reflections have been speculated as favoring the retention of the pigment. They say the earliest European colonial descriptions of North American populations include terms such as brown, tawny, or olive, though some populations were so described as light skinned. Most North African indigenous populations range similar to African and Oceania populations. I'm gonna read this again. Most
Africa.
North
See.
American, most North American indigenous populations rank similar to African and Oceania populations in regard to the presence of the allele. All right, realize what this allele is. Y'all gotta look this up. I think it's important for y'all to look that allele up. An allele is a variation of a damn gene. Look that up. All right, it's
And that's
a
the divergence
South
coming in
American and Mesoamerican, also typically considered dark skin.
All the migration.
All right, here you go. Look. Ultraviolet radiation levels occur throughout the Andes region of Peru. Okay, look how dark that skin is. Look at their skin. All
there.
right.
So they black though.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
y'all
black.
black. Y'all say they black, but I'm saying y'all just got to get off that. It's gonna mess you up, man. It's gonna kill you. It's gonna mess up your whole understanding. And let me see. Do frequently ancestral population presence of dark skin is generally not a reliable genetic marker. See what I'm saying? Due to frequent
No,
different
the people
ancestry
said that they
among.
reminded them of the Guinea people.
Can you hear me though, yo?
Right, bro. You just talking.
Oh,
Listen.
wait a minute, y'all.
You gotta
Oh, read
listen.
that again about the genetic marker. Read that again.
I'm reading this one. It says, due to frequent differencing ancestry amongst dark skin population, the presence of dark skin in general is not a reliable genetic marker. I told y'all that. Including amongst Africa. See, it say, for example, Wilson, 2001 found that most of their Ethiopian samples show closer genetic affinities with lighter skin Armenians than darker skinned Bantu populations. There you go. It said Muhammad 2006 likewise observed that their Somalian samples were genetically more similar to Arab populations than other African populations. Yeah, see? Yeah,
Once again, we know that the white people. Hold on.
Is that what you gonna keep saying that, yo?
He gonna die on that hill.
Yeah, he definitely gonna keep saying it.
Yeah, he gonna die on the hill. Yeah, the hill's killed you. You died on the hill.
He's stuck right there. He can't get past that.
No down the hill.
Everything we saying is coming in one ear, going straight out the other. He ain't
Yeah,
cared
it's
about
going
none of it.
right over his head, bro.
He ain't cared about none of it. He like, that's
None
good.
of that.
Oh, overthrow. It's crazy.
Look, it said a large
Yeah,
percentage of
well,
African people are found in the southern hemisphere because of the latitudes, landmass, and distribution. Okay, it's disproportionate. All right, the presence and distribution of skin color variation does not completely reflect the correlation of intense UVA and dark skin pigmentation due to mass migration and movement of peoples across the continent in recent past. It say dark skin populations inhabit Africa, Australia, Malaysia, and South Asia, Southeast Asia, and West Asia, and South America. Live in some of the areas with the highest UVA radiation in the world and have evolved very dark skin pigmentation as protection from the sun's harmful rays.
So
That's
what does UVV do to your skin? That people that people become darker in those populations because that's gonna go over their head as well. You need to slow
And
down.
that's why I want Unc to pull up genetic divergence and make them understand that.
Yeah, they might not get that. That's a little bit dark.
And you got to understand, dark
yeah, that's too
skin is
much.
the most common color amongst humans in the world.
Man,
I would like to come here.
Dark skin is very common.
Yep.
Why human skin comes in colors. Gina Dabrowski. I think this will help everybody.
Yeah, that's exactly.
All right. I think this will help you. A map of skin color
Yeah, go on.
predicted
Yeah, the
by
skin
multiple
map. There we
regression
go.
model.
Yeah, she be
George
killing it.
Chapman. All right, he works for NASA. He's married to the lady. 2001 notes. Here you go. The annual average ultraviolet radiation at the Earth's surface based on data from NASA. Okay, ozone mapping spectrum. Okay, spectrometer. Satellite, 7 satellite map. George Chapman. By the middle of the 20th century, observers determined that skin color most strongly correlated with ultraviolet radiation, UVR, from the sun. UVR, in fact, accounts for over 87% of the variation of human skin color. This is important. So your skin color is not a particular color because it's your tribe or your culture. It's based off of what? UVR. That accounts for 87% of people's skin color. So how can it be shown that human skin pigmentation is an actual evolutionary adaptation? There's that word again, adaptation to UVR. So I'm trying to show you those pictures, all the pictures we've seen today, all the video evidence that I played, tweaking them. I'm teaching and showing you why their skin is that color. In evolutionary terms, this is important. An adaptation is the characteristic of an organism, watch this, that allows it to reproduce. I'm going to say this again. The reason you start to see these darker skin colors near the equator, right, is based off of adaptation, which allows better reproduction. It's saying in evolutionary terms, the adaptation is a characteristic of an organism that allows it to reproduce more successfully under certain environmental conditions than other organisms, which do not have the characteristic. We first need to understand exactly what UVR is and what it does. Ladies and gentlemen, it's harmful. UVR is highly energetic and invisible form of solar radiation. So it's actually radiation. We are surrounded by radiation
all day.
Okay, that is capable of causing a long damage to living organisms. So what does it damage? It actually damages the DNA. And it damages the folic acid, and the folic acid actually helps the DNA to do what? Now, it says life on Earth is mostly protected from the damaging UV rays by our atmosphere. But some UV are still gets through and has powerful biological effects. UVR damages DNA, and this activity can eventually cause skin cancer. Skin cancer is bad, but it is rarely fatal, and it mostly affects people after their childbearing years. So what are they saying? They used to think the reason you had darker skin color near the equator is because it stopped you from catching skin cancer. But then they realized, wait a minute, people get skin cancer after childbearing years. So this would not be the reason for darker skin color. It goes on to say other harmful effects of UVR have potentially much greater effects on what, y'all? On reproduction success. So when Christopher Columbus and them came over here and seen brown people and olive colored people, it wasn't because they was directly from Africa. See, that's what the FBA says. It was because they were having a greater reproduction success, meaning their color, their skin allowed them to exist in an environment with heavy radiation. And that heavy radiation affected the DNA or the folic acid, which helps produce DNA. Now watch this. Other harmful effects of UVA have potentially much greater effects on reproduction. Some wavelengths of UVR break down other important biological molecules, such as forms of folic, in the body. Folic is a B vitamin, which is needed to produce DNA. So you need the folic to help you produce DNA and support cell metabolism. So if that folic is affected because your skin is too light in a heavy UVR area, right, it will start to break down how cells normally metabolized. It say we normally get folic from green leafy vegetables, citrus fruits, and whole grains in our diet. Without adequate folic, we can't make sufficient amounts of DNA to maintain normal levels of cell division in our body. The division is needed to maintain the function of organisms and tissue in our body, and is especially important in tissues with high turnover, like the lining of the gut and the lining of the mouth. So I'm gonna stop right there. So now we can no longer keep saying that the reason people had skin color in this darker skin color in this area because they directly came from Africa or they were some kind of black people. That's not the reason why, man.
They're gonna still say that don't overthrow what they seen.
Yeah, okay. Well, we know why. Okay, whatever they thought they seen, their eyes was lying to them.
Now, let's hear the response of what y'all gonna say.
I just want to respond. I'm gonna jump off. I gotta do some stuff. I'll be back.
Yeah, we at the time. Go ahead, say it. So I just wanted to give the reason why. Y'all have access to this paper. All you gotta do is type in why human skin color comes in colors, man. Very important. The paper is highly sourced up. All right. Make it a little bit smaller so y'all can see this. All right. You had to hit them with a little bit of readership. But it was important for why our skin is that color. All right. Y'all can go further reading. You got further reading on the subject.
Very important.
Geographic distribution of environmental factors influencing skin color. All right. That was an important one right there. Evolution of human skin color. All right. Evolution of human skin coloration. All right. All these articles will help you understand why they seen what they seen and why your eyes are lying to you. Now, if you don't take the time to do the reading on it, right, then that's your fault. That's not mine. Then you'll never get it. You will never understand. You'll just think we talking crazy. You'll start to bash us and do all that, right? I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
And always remember, the people exploring at the time of these writings don't have none of this information. They do not know it.
Great point.
And that's why they make the mistakes that they make.
That's a top-notch point right there, bro. That's a top-notch point. And hopefully I can get some of these maps. This is like one of my favorite maps right here. Let me see. Dang. right here. This is always one of my favorite maps. Let me see. Let me see if we can see this. Nope, I don't even stand. Got it on here. No, how skin
When
color.
you get a chance, let me hit them with some reparations talk, though.
Go ahead. You can reparation up while I'm showing these pictures. Go ahead.
Always remember this. To go along with what Unc reading, the people that's going to pay you reparations, they pseudo. But they're going to become real scientific when it's time to pay them reparations out.
Absolutely. They're gonna go to
And let
these
me
same
tell you
stuff we
something.
looking at.
Yeah, you can go up there talking about some you was here before Columbus if you want. You're not getting nothing. They're gonna laugh you out of there. They're gonna say, "What in the world?" You better go find your ancestors.
And like I keep saying, man, the FBA is not a recognized organization that can even go in court and fight for reparations for us as a whole. For them to keep saying that as their main point is still crazy.
How about that? How about that? We was in the Discord talking. We dug in hard on this. And we come to find out, we reading all the scholarly documents, we come to find out, if you go in there with some identity like FBA and you mess it up, you're going to get rejected.
No, it's not the FBA. It's black people that but they show lineage back to this time frame to show that you were part of the building of cities and states and the building of the United States.
That's an African American. That's an African American. We already got that.
So we making a difference between us and other people that then came in afterwards to where it's okay, these people are gonna be the first ones in line and everybody else is gonna do whatever on that end. But we the first ones in line with it.
Okay, I got a question there. FBA ever represented anybody in the court as a body of organized, recognized unity, like you got a legalized people who do court cases? Y'all not recognized where you can even go in court and even fight a case as FBA?
Well, they are building up stuff. They are having conversations in these states.
It sounds
and
good.
You know we building.
It sounds good.
Hey, that
Hold
whole
on real quick. I
concept.
got to step away, but I'll be right here.
All right, bro.
Hold on. That whole concept is crazy because they got the earliest Africans from the Caribbean in there. To continue it. And then too, I like what you put the skin map up, because even where the Native Americans come from, from southwest to not southwest, from Southeast Asia to Northeast Asia, when people had different correlations of skin tone, where the populations they come from anyway.
Yeah, so I got another skin map up, and it shows the 3 zones: Zone 1, Zone 2, Zone 3. In the middle of Zone 1, these people possess the darkest skin colors. You see it. All right. Then you see Zone 2. All right. And then you see Zone 3. My point is, all this is important for us to recognize what's going on. And y'all can actually read this for yourself, man. You don't have to, you don't have to just wild out like that. All right. And so you can see when you come to the Americas, you will find people that will have skin color that might be close to people that's in Africa. Same with Australia, same within India. The Zone 1 is in the middle. See that? All right. So I think it's important for y'all to understand that. It ain't got nothing to do with none of the stuff y'all think y'all saying. Has all to do with evolution. That's why we always talk about Charles Darwin, what a scientific theory is and what it is not. And if you can't get that, then you're in trouble at that point. All right. And I could help you. I can take you to the water, but I can't make you drink it. All right. Say it again. I can bring you to the water, but I can't make you drink the water. All right. But when you start operating at the levels, talking to intelligent people, they're gonna break this out on you right here. There you go. Skin color. Indigenous humans based on the result of linear regression model in which skin reflectance at 65 nanometers of indigenous people in both hemispheres was allowed to respond to the annual UVMED for both hemispheres. The predicted skin reflectance values were first divided into 50 equal intervals and then geographically represented in gray shades ranging from the darkest gray, the greatest melanization, to the lightest gray, least melanization. Darker shades of gray represent the higher degrees of skin melanization and do not represent an actual predictive skin colors. There you go. It's called science at its best. So if you travel anywhere in this area right here, you're going to expect to see people with similar skin colors, ladies and gentlemen. That's my answer to all the clips we had, man. All right? So yeah, y'all just got to get the research, man, and read this and stop letting people tell y'all any damn thing, man. As African Americans, man, we're highly intelligent, man, and we just not listening to any damn thing, yo. Evolution of human skin coloration. And the paper is highly sourced up, right? Here's all your sources right here. All right. References. There you go. Highly sourced paper right there. Go ahead, put this into your chat GPT and ask it to explain it. That's how you do it.
Yep, that's spot on. That's spot on. You know, and the more people understand this, the better they begin to understand different people populations. You know, they get to understand why people look like they look. You know, and to stop people from trying to make like moral and got there going superiority stories behind this stuff. You know, because, you know, like we got people running around saying, well, because you got more melanin, you superior. You know, that make you more superior. You know, it's crazy stuff, man.
I'm tired of arguing with these people that didn't do their homework in school. Yo. These people that didn't do their homework, none of that.
Let me read the super chat. It say, show me a native tribe that called you copper color. Show me a European source that mentioned this too. Copper color, my ass.
That's a good point. Every time they look at us, they never called us no goddamn copper color.
Oh man,
they really didn't. That's a good point.
Where my FBA third star platoon? Man, I think we had a very, very positive show today. I think we got into nitty gritty. V-Note, you want to close with something, yo? You want to close or you good?
Man, I want to close with something, man. My bad, I have to step away for a little bit. So my thing is,
did you get anything out the conversation though?
I did get a lot out the conversation, but you just tried to show just the I guess kind of like the Eskimo type people instead of the black people.
No, I didn't. No. I showed you people, humans, period, on why they would have darker skin color. That's all.
Okay, so whenever they went over to Papua New Guinea and they named those people the same name as the people that they've seen in West Africa, are you telling me that those are not?
No, why did we say that? We gave you a reason. I'm
saying, but those people being Negroid-looking people,
They're not. They don't even got the same skull shape. No, they're not.
No, they look just like Africans.
I know. Why do we explain that? It's called diversion.
I'm saying they look just like Africans, so they called them a certain thing when they seen them. So when they came to America, they called these people over here the same term, Guinea.
But they got it wrong.
But
is you okay?
That's a Negroid look. That's a particular look.
No, bro.
No, it's not. First of all,
y'all denying.
Hold on.
I'm denying Negroid.
Got their own look.
Everybody stop for a minute. Bro. Hey, V-Note. Yo, we're not sitting up here denying nothing at all, man. We're sitting here having a great conversation, bro. I told you that their eyes was lying to them. And it's counterintuitive. So no matter what they said, they was just wrong. Is that are you looking at this to be a possibility that those early Europeans, they didn't even have an evolutionary theory, wasn't even out yet, yo? Can you at least recognize that they didn't have a scientific explanation for what they saw? Is that okay, Vino? Is that
so you telling me that I gotta have a scientific explanation for just seeing people out and about?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hold on. Hey, Vino. I'm telling you, bro, when you go outside, And I like looking at human beings. They're very beautiful. They range in looks, face sizes. I'm saying, yo, me just looking at that, yo, I really can't say who they are, yo. So I'm telling you, we have a comprehensive scientific theory on why people's skin is like that, right? One note would be divergent evolution. But you can have something on the other planet look just like that on that other side of the planet, but it's not that. It's the response through nature. It's the response to similar environmental factors. What is the similar environmental factors? UVA rays. That's why people on the other side of the planet will have darker brown skin, but not connected to the people directly that's on the other side of the planet. That is your evolutionary answer. I'm saying you have to get yourself acclimated in this type of information so you don't just be saying what you're saying, bro. That's all I'm saying.
But your scientific theory is saying that people migrated from Africa, but when you look at the haplogroups from those people in Australia, they're not saying that those haplogroups is connected to Africa.
That's not true, yo.
There's a reason
That's
why.
true.
No,
There's a reason for that.
Can you give us the primary to say that then, please?
No, that's not real, yo.
Man, that's what it's saying. Whenever you type it in.
We're gonna type it in. Hold on, we're gonna type it in.
Okay, so we'll go to the
We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that for you.
Go to the primary Y haplogroup of the Papua New Guinea people.
What?
Yeah, they got
And it
Asian,
should be like a. It should be like a. It should be like a. It should be.
You talking about people that's 70,000 years old removed.
What is your whole stop? Primary what?
It should be M-7.
Hold
I mean,
on.
it should be M-S230.
Can you put it in the chat right here for us?
No, I'm on my phone right now.
Okay, so say it so I can spell it out.
It's M-S230.
Which haplogroup you talking about? You talking about Y chromosome or mtDNA? You don't even know it's a difference. You don't even know it's a difference.
M dash what?
M-S230.
And you saying this is what?
This is the main haplogroup of the people of Papua New Guinea. And they say that it has no connection.
It
has no connection to
male
Africa.
lineage or the women? Is it the male lineage or the women lineage?
Hold on, we got it. No problem, bro. We're gonna click it up for you. We don't gotta fight. Okay, let's do this. Let me share the screen for my brother. All right.
Bust him over the head, man.
All right, let's see what he's talking about. So this is the whole group you was talking about right here, right? Correct? Can you see the screen?
Oh my God! Don't get
quiet. Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Look, New Guinea, Indonesia, right? Okay. Right is far the most numerically significant subclass. Okay. Origin. Okay. Haplogroup SM230 is thought to have evolved somewhere between 28,000 and 41,000 years ago. Portions of northern Malaysia were settled by modern humans at least 42,000 years before the present. Early populations of Malaysia were hunter-gatherers, and introduction of plants from New Zealand suggests outside contact. Okay, so what do you think you're getting here?
Yeah, that destroys his argument.
Whenever you ask, do the haplogroup have a connection to Africa? It do not have a connection to Africa. It cannot connect it to Africa through no migration.
No, that's not what. No, bro, that's not what they're saying.
Mixing stuff.
Type it in and ask.
Yeah.
So you want to ask?
Type it in and ask.
Okay.
It's gonna tell you no.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna
the way he framing this question is showing he don't understand it.
It don't matter how he doing it. We're gonna do this for him. And the question is, Pace. We want to know: Does haplogroup have any connections to Africa? That's what you're saying,
right?
All right.
He about to die the source.
Oh, because all humans got it.
And like he said, they 70,000 years removed. But let's just watch him die.
No.
Hold on, man.
Everybody go home. Show over with.
Oh,
show over with.
No, I don't have a problem with this, bro.
Everybody go home.
We're gonna get it short. No, you understand what you're reading, bro. You can't just play around with it. You see it? Here you go. You ready? Can you see it?
Yeah,
I know I can.
that ain't what my AI said.
No, it said the short answer no, nigga. Shit, relax.
Okay, no.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
don't play. So you're gonna
That's how you
accept
know
that
he ain't
part of
even
it, right?
paying attention.
It,
That's
it said no, right? It said no.
It's no. Hold on. Can we read it?
It said, hold on. Let me.
Hold on. Damn.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All
A
right, hold
pseudo
on.
gonna die the source.
this how you know they don't read nowhere past that.
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
that's fine. We're gonna get them right. The short answer is no. Hollow group SM230. Look, it's strictly a non-African Y chromosome lineage. Do you know what that means? Huh?
No.
It's not connected to Africa. That's
No,
what it
no. Do
means.
you know what a non-African means? Do you know what that means? Non-African doesn't mean it's not connected to Africa. What non-African mean is that the mutation occurred outside of the geographical region.
Man, stop it.
No.
Keywords lineage. Keyword lineage.
Hold on. We're gonna keep reading. It say with the origins of diversification entirely. Look, in near Oceania, New Guinea, Malaysia, and parts of Wallace. What's this? Wallacean. So it's basically saying that this particular mutation occurred in New Guinea, in Malaysia. It's a there is no evidence. It's a that it has an African origin. It's a African affinity or any back migration that would connect it to the African population.
So why they look like them?
No, because it's called divergent evolution.
Nah.
No, come on, bro.
Nah.
Listen.
That's pseudo with y'all. With that little science that y'all into is pseudo.
You can't do this, yo.
It's pseudo.
Hold on, man.
It's not even common sense.
Can we finish reading, yo? Phylogenetic position of haplogroup S. It say haplogroup S is a descendant of K2B1, which itself is part of the broader KM526 radiation. It say this radiation occurs outside of Africa. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It says, and its descendants include lineages typical to Oceania, okay, Southeast Asia, Australia, and Eurasia. All right. So I'm not expecting you to understand this, bro. We talked about a founder population. They say nearly absent in Africa. It says there is no attested population level presence of haplogroup S in Africa. Why? Because haplogroup S, look, diverged within the
divergence is where they die.
They divergent. See, diverged.
That's why I told you to pull it up
A pseudo gonna die the source.
Hold on, wait. We gotta look it up. Diverge means what? Diverge. Diverge on the road route line. It's a separate from another route. Okay, separate part. So it diverged from the African population outside of Africa. Okay, genetic origin is Oceania, not Africa. So the origin is not in Africa. Okay, you get that right? No back migration.
Break down divergence, Uncle. You told me it was gonna be too much for them, but here he is, and they don't understand it now.
Yeah, they got it.
I told you, man.
Here we go. Hold on. So we got to do this. A comprehensive table of African and non-African. Let's do this. I want to figure out. We want to explain non-African versus African, right? That's what we want to do. And is non-African and does, and let's see, does non-African mean it has nothing? No.
That is not out of Africa.
Okay, mean that it's not out of that. Okay, that it's my fault. That it's not out of Africa.
He keep thinking that's helping him, like you can't get things that transmute or that change outside of Africa that you can't find in Africa.
Yeah, that's where he missed it.
That's just like you can't find Neanderthals in Africa because they already left.
Yeah, they already. Yeah, they not.
Man, but come on, man. That's why I told you divergence is what they need to understand the most.
Yeah, okay, you might be right about that.
In genetics, Africa and non-African is not I'm right about biological races. They refer to branches, washes of human populations after the outer Africa dispersal. That's what we're trying to tell you. It say the lineages to remain inside of Africa after Homo sapiens evolved 300,000 years ago. Typical African Y lineages A, B, and E. typical African mitochondria lineages, L0, L1, L2, L3. They give you the non-African lineages, all that. Okay, now it say, does non-African mean not out of Africa? No, it means the opposite. I'm gonna say this again for you. Hold on, let me make sure you still on here, yo. You ain't running, because this what you gonna need to do. Come on, V Note, where you at, V Note? V Note. See, he gonna leave on the most important part of the class. That's okay. That's all right. We ain't worried about V Note. Right here, it's important. Based off V Note question, he thinks that the question is, does non-African mean not out of Africa? The answer is no. It said it means the exact opposite, V Note. That's why I say science is counterintuitive. Scientific definition. The non-African lineages is still 100% out of Africa because all modern humans originate in Africa. The term simply means this branch formed after humans left Africa, diversified in Eurasia, Oceania, and the Americas. Example, haplogroup SM230 is non-African because it evolved in Oceania. We call this a founder event. Rewind the video.
Dang, Unc, I've been told you to kill him with divergence damn near 2 hours ago. We wouldn't be sitting here now. You told me too much.
We need to have the show though. We gotta
true.
Told you kill him easy.
You got that.
We had to build up with the education so he can get it. You get it? We gotta build. Remember, it's built based off foundation.
I get it. I guess I just wanted to take the head off too.
Yeah, you want to take the head off. You got to build.
I'm tired of hearing it. I'm on Facebook every day arguing with niggas on this shit. Every time I see a post, even Chief Ali on there doing bullshit, saying shit like
he's super bullshit.
I'm on there. So when I'm seeing this on here and I get to say it to somebody face to face, I'm ready to eat your head off your damn shoulders right away.
I ain't mad at you. Examples: haplogroup SM230 is non-African because it evolved in Oceania long after humans left Africa. Haplogroup R1b is European, but still ultimately out of Africa because the human species originated in Africa. So, non-African equals out of Africa descendants that diversified outside of Africa. That's what you were trying to get to. Too early in the damn conversation. Why scientists use non-African? This is important. Major demographic break occurs after 50 to 70,000 when small subsets of Africans left the damn continent. I'm talking about maybe 50 to 20 individuals, maybe 100, small groups, small bands left the continent. This produces African diversity, highest in the world. Non-African bottleneck, much lower diversity due to founder effects. We talked about that earlier, the founder effects, where the genes, where it's the least diverse. This distribution helps explain genetic drift, bottleneck, migration routes, appearance of new Y, DNA, and mitochondrial haplogroups. And oh, by the way, if you're talking about haplogroups in migration, you're talking evolution at this point. Visual summary. Africa, A, B, and E. Non-African lineages, Mathematica, out of Africa lineages. See, they give you the out of Africa lineages. So those lineages occurred outside of Africa. All right. Y'all getting a serious study today. Hold on, where we at? Hold on, where was that? Migration, model, genetic origin, ocean, not Africa. So whenever y'all start to hear, yo, that's not, yeah, that doesn't mean that it does not come from groups, bands of small bands of 100 leaving Africa and then diversify, right? Doesn't mean that they don't lead back to the African population. See, that's why this is important. People can play this game and get everybody mixed up and you get confused and you be like, well, what in the world is going on? I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. So we know that non-African don't mean not out of Africa. We got it. Why scientists use the non-African? We said it. We read it already. Visual summary. We did that. Why people get confused? Why is VDOT confused? Why is the FBA confused? Some think non-African is unrelated to Africa. But human evolution. Watch this. You, me, European, Asian, Native Americans, Papua New Guineas, all descend from what? Africans. The term only describes where the holocaust arose after humans dispersed. This, my good friends, is where the goddamn rubber meets the road. This is where you're knocked out on your feet. This is where Tariq Nasheed need to go ahead and scrap all that hidden colors nonsense, because it's nonsense. This is where FBA need to start looking at each other and fighting over this information. Say, hold on, bro, we getting it wrong. See, this is what intelligent African Americans do. This is what intelligent FBA individuals will do. They will start to fight each other based off of new information that has been introduced to the community. So I'm introducing this to you. You hear a lot of brothers on the panel say, I'm fighting them all day on Facebook. But now we really see it's based off of VDOT and what he said. So we're going to read it again. Why people get it confused. So why is FBA confused? Because non-African equals unrelated to Africa. Some think that. But human evolution says what? You, me, European, Asian, Native Americans, Papas, it say all descend from Africans. The term only describes where the holocaust arose after humans expelled from Africa.
Right. See, and that's why, Unc, when I found out about genetic divergence, it just blew my head off, because I said, it's no way if you understand this, you can misidentify not one group of people. You just can't. And now that they're going to hear this, what, you're going to still have people talking about, oh, that's just the white man's sign. That's going to be their only defense.
Well, that's how we know they lost when they say that. So we got key peer-reviewed evidence. The Journal of Nature 2020 shows early divergence of non-African lineages after the outer Africa bottleneck. Boom. Malik 2016. Simian Genome Diversity Project. Simmons Genome Diversity Project. All non-Africans descend from a single outer African population. Kerman Genome Research. Y chromosome analysis confirmed. Africans versus non-African phylogenetic split. Ooh, there's a split. 50 to 70,000 years ago.
You don't even do that to
Liu cells. It says whole genome sequences reaffirms a single primary outer Africa event. So, final clarification. All right, y'all can't go and say what y'all been saying after this. So if you're serious about being FBA, you're going to start challenging people on this, because you can support this with scientific data, and it ain't got nothing to do with white people and all to do with those who understand evolution. Final clarification. Does non-African mean not out of Africa? No. All humans, including non-Africans, ultimately come from Africa.
And see,
does non-African mean a lineage originated outside of Africa? Yes. I'm going to say this again. Does non-African mean a lineage originated outside of Africa? Yes. The mutation defining that haplogroup arose after humans had already left Africa.
See, now that takes me back to my original question.
Hold on, let me finish, bro. You gotta let me finish.
Go ahead.
Is the haplogroup SM23 African? No. It is non-African lineage that evolved in Oceania, but still ultimately descends from African ancestors 50 to 70,000 years ago. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so now look, that's why I said earlier when I asked, if y'all saying by y'all being FBA that y'all are not connected to the African lineage, then you are a whole different subspecies of human that is not connected to none of the humans you see walking on Earth.
No, my lineage was over here in America. We built this.
Show me your origin story, because everybody
we ain't got to show no origin. All we got to show is that our lineage is part of the United States building.
Hold on, V-Note. So can you now agree after this lesson that although the haplogroup you was talking about did not originate in Africa, that doesn't mean they didn't descend from an African population? Did you at least get that, brother?
No, they ain't. No, they say they didn't come from there.
See, I told you.
Not. Hold on. Hey, you know, I'm gonna say this again. Yeah, I know you heard everything we just read. Non-African doesn't mean that it does not descend from a population of Africa. You get that? You heard that, right?
Okay, so what? I mean, you can try to you know, frame it whatever way you want to frame it.
No, that's what it is. We just
You know,
did you see
yeah,
it?
you
Hold
can try to frame it whatever way you want
on.
to
I don't
frame
want to
it.
do this.
I had to step away for a little bit, but that's why I wasn't responding. I'm at work, so that's why I had to step away. You know what I'm saying? But
So
I'll be able to go back and see exactly what you
so
said
listen,
at that point.
do me a favor when you get a chance, find that section of the video and just take your time, because now you're gonna be charged with combating some of the misinformation in your community, brother.
Not really. I mean, because that ain't got that
did.
don't have nothing to do with the foundation and the building of the United States and reparations.
It did.
That don't have nothing to do with it.
You can't run away from it now.
That don't have but that's the conversation. No, but that's the conversation that y'all wanted to have. But that don't have nothing to do with reparations.
No, you see this, right?
Okay, what about so what were you saying? What were you saying? Because it said that they're not from Africa.
Whoa. You see the screen, right?
Okay, what did it say? Hold on. What did it say?
Look at it. It say why people get confused. It should say why VDOT get confused.
Man.
Right?
No.
It says, hold on, VDOT. It says some think non-African is unrelated to Africa. Watch this. But in human evolution, me, you, VDOT, Europeans, Asians, Native Americans. Hold on. I'm almost there.
Is that what you? Come on, man. That's crazy. I thought we was being scientific, though.
Hey, bro, you got to stop talking right now. You doing it on purpose.
That's crazy.
I'm saying is you don't understand, and I'm trying to help you out. It's patient but if you start talking through it, then you will never understand. It say you, me, Asians, Native Americans all descend from Africans. It say the term only describes where the whole group arose after humans left Africa. Do you get that, brother? Okay, you doing that shit on purpose.
So tell me how. Okay, so you saying because they saying that these people come that it originated in East Asia. East Asia. They saying it originated in East Asia. How was they able to look just like some people?
Fuck that shit. I'm done. This is what I'm not doing. See, I'm not never doing this. I'm never going for it. The nigga heard me. He seen, I asked the question, I answered the shit. The nigga don't know enough about it. This is called ignorance. Once you patient, once you teach him something and give it to him, he has nothing to combat the shit. That's when you get cussed the fuck out. Because now you're doing it on purpose. You have no heart. You are afraid of the truth. You don't want to know your damn history. You want to be a fucking idiot. And I'm blaming this shit for motherfucking Tariq. Nigga, for all the Negroes in the fucking audience, non-African does not mean that you not descend from an African population. It's simply talking about the mutation occurred when the population left Africa. Get that shit straight before you start talking to me. Because now you've got to be frustrated. Just say, Unc, I don't really understand it, but I see what you're saying.
I tried to help you.
You're not arguing from it's not a good faith argument at this point.
I told you, man.
Yeah, he was willfully ignorant.
They better get it right though.
It's called you playing with us. See, now I know you're playing with me, V-Dot.
They better.
See, V-Dot, either you playing with me or you ignorant as a motherfucker. Me, when I say ignorant as a motherfucker,
it could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of both.
When I say ignorant, no. When I say ignorant as a motherfucker, that means you just seen it.
Mm-hmm.
You got this shit. You're like, oh shit. But now you're trying to uphold some wild shit.
Right.
Exactly what I told you was going to happen.
If he was in good faith, he would say, you know what, brother? That's fucking interesting right there. I don't agree with it, but I see what you're saying. And that would have been good faith.
Right. Yeah, and go back and lay back on it a little bit.
Go back and lay back on it. Then I'd be like, yo, I don't expect you to get it right now.
Look, just like when I hit him with the Neanderthal, you don't see in Africa either, because the Neanderthal evolved outside of Africa. He said, I think you're right there. But now he want to backtrack and still act like he don't understand it. He gonna use it. I was at work, so I didn't hear it. Then you break it down for him again, and now he still he don't get it. So they do it on purpose.
Yeah, they do it on purpose. Here go the scary part. The scary part is this. One, genetically, they're not going to be able to trace themselves back before the explorers, right? And then from an archaeological standpoint, they can't trace it back. They have nothing to substantiate that claim. And because they can't, I don't know how Vino don't follow. He's messing up his reparations claim.
Man,
He's
I
messing
don't
it
care about
up.
that shit. Look.
Man, they can't even fight for reparations. I
Man.
keep telling y'all this, man. It's not a recognized organization. They cannot go to court as FBA
No.
and protect nobody, fight no case. They can't do none of that as a group under FBA, bro. It don't exist.
I see they're gonna die the sauce.
Watch this. FBA is a social construct.
Peace, y'all.
Man, I appreciate everybody coming through, man. No Christian, man. Kim Letter, man. Make sure you come back, bro. Be here, yo.
Hey, I'm always here, man. I ain't gonna kill him so soon next time, though.
Yeah, he was soft down. We know he was scamming at the end of it.
I told you they was gonna scam you though, man. Then he got you mad and shit for nothing.
Nah, because I held on for as long as I could, yo, for 3 hours, yo. Hey.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, man. Peace. Oh.
You bringing malinformation to blast, then you the Ku Klux. Like say, don't talk me to death, bro. What the proof of? Good choo-choo chillin', why you wanna go way bad choo-choo? Shalom boy got the tank in the cut. I'm in Sosa World plotting on the kick though with Kent. Come in Tiffany gave me the pseudo names on the list and said went and got the low. Anthony got him in the scope, Gullah and Gozy. Make sure DNA ain't a problem for them folks, cause a pseudo gon' die they source.
Yeah, damn, pseudo gonna die they source, man. Presenting that malinformation. Man, I appreciate y'all listening to the Community Skeptics, man. We'll be back on tonight. And with that, we out.